I remember the first time roll this shit. Roll this shit. You rolling?
Yeah, you rolling.
I remember the first time somebody said, I said, yo, who is that chick? And they're like, her name's Sofia Vergara. And I was like, yeah, it is. I was like, her last name is Vergara. Yeah, it made sense to me. Yeah. You ever watch Modern Family?
Never have.
Yo, all right. So I don't do cocaine anymore. But when I did too much of it. And then I'd be like crawling out of my skin and shit.
Yeah.
And that was my come down show. I put fucking Modern Family on the TV. And that was like the only thing that could get me out of my head where I'd like kind of crack up. And you know what I mean? Where it's just anxiety up the ass. Like,
yes.
Carlin used to talk about it. He would be like the dead homie. He would talk about it. He'd call it getting the fear. Right? Like you do too much blow and then it runs out and you text your dealer and he don't respond because he's already asleep.
Yes.
Because it's 7 a.m.
I've heard of these.
Yeah,
occurrences.
these occurrences.
Yeah.
And then you get the fear and it's just like the worst anxiety. The worst. I don't even know how to describe it. Anybody that's done a fuck ton of blow and then ran out of blow knows the fear.
Yes.
I think it's a Hunter S. Thompson term.
Oh, word?
Technically, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a Carlin term.
Well, Carlin was a big Hunter S. Thompson dude.
Okay.
He'd tell me all that. We'd take psychedelic drugs and shit. And I'd be like, hey, man, I'm not doing so well right now. He's like, bitch, you bought the ticket. You take the ride.
Yeah.
You don't get to back out of it now.
That's Hunter for sure.
You bought the ticket. You take the ride. You know, like once you're in the shit, you're on your way down.
Yeah.
Speaking of on the way down.
There you go. God damn it. That's why I keep having you on this motherfucker. Cheers, baby.
Cheers, I say.
Look what we did. Look what we made.
We done did it.
Look at this shit. I know Elon bought Twitter, but I mean, look what we did. Look what we accomplished.
In terms of accomplishments and shit.
You know what I'm saying? I put it right up there.
No, I like the on the way down shit.
Thank you.
But other cats are like, yo, you're doing like the Walking Dead podcast? And I was like, no, that's bitch.
I've heard that 1 or 25 times.
Yeah. Yeah, but fuck them.
Fuck all of them.
Well, because I so off camera, I asked him, I was like, hey, what? I've been on this shit how many times? A couple times now.
Yeah, this might be 4 or 5.
And I'm like, yo, I don't even know what the shit mean. And he's like, you didn't listen to the intro? I was like, no.
Yeah, you never listen to my shit.
I don't listen to my shit. Yeah, I don't want to hear myself. That's terrible.
Fair.
But he explained it. He's like, yo, it's like a Ray Bradbury quote. Ray Bradbury wrote for Fahrenheit 451.
Correct.
You know why he called it Fahrenheit 451?
Because that's a temperature at which books burn? Or something
just
like that?
Paper in general?
Yeah.
Books are typically made of paper. So
correct.
Yeah.
Well, back then they were.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
No, but Ray Bradbury said he had some quote about, you don't wait till everything perfect. Don't wait till all your ducks are in a row. If you keep waiting for that shit ain't never gonna, you'll sit on your ass for the rest of your life. Sometimes you gotta just fucking jump off the cliff and build your wings on the way down. And I was like, damn, on the way down kind of hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of get a different
people either think it's great or they think it's corny as fuck.
Yeah, well, fuck them
most
either
of
way.
those people are corny as fuck.
Most of those people are still waiting.
Fair.
Most of them people are still on the edge of the cliff just waiting till the shit's right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Yeah.
We love you regardless.
Shout out to our audience. We won't name names, but shout out to our audience.
We can name. Can we name name? We don't have to name names, but my girlfriend is in attendance tonight. She's making sure everything looks right. She's drinking more than her mom would like her to.
Thank you for your help on the set.
Yeah, so I found this fucking TV. I hope that don't get picked up on the mic.
You're not supposed to tap the glass. You're gonna scare the fish.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
So I found this TV on the side of the road. And it was tight, and I'd seen some shit on Pinterest back in the day, right? Like when Pinterest was a thing.
Right.
And somebody made a fish tank out of an old ass 70s TV.
Yeah.
And I saw one, I was like, well, that's my cue. So we knocked the glass out the shit and then threw a fish tank in there, and then I'm supposed to put fish and like actual neon tetras in there, like black light reactive fish.
Yeah.
But then I recognized I'm not that responsible of a human being. So it's fake fish for now. Maybe one day.
It's funny that it took you taking an old TV and converting it to a fish tank for you to realize you're not much of a responsible human being. But you know, it's not how you get there; it's whether you get there, baby.
Many paths to the summit.
Right.
As Mohandas K. Gandhi.
You know, yeah. Well, here we are,
and there we are.
Well, this is the first episode in our new setup.
We're about 10 feet away from where we used to record.
At best.
But it feels very homely here.
It does.
I feel at home. I feel at home.
It sound better for sure.
You think so?
It does for sure. It's mad
just
echoey.
In terms of the, okay.
It's mad echoey over there.
Yeah, I know everybody listening to this shit is like, hey man, your shit's really dope, but there's like an echo. And I was like, oh, no, nobody's ever said that.
Fuck you.
Say when.
I'm the one edit the shit. I'm the one that promote the shit and produce the shit. If I hear the echo and it fucks with me, that's the only person that matters.
That's factual.
Okay.
I just show up.
P.S. All I'm thinking about
I made a fish tank.
Is how well, that's a lot though.
That's a whole lot more than I ever contributed.
Because you do, as we talked about on the last episode, you're really good at coming up with ideas for me to do.
Yeah.
And
he's
you
the
actually made this
guy.
happen. You made this happen.
I'm the ideas guy. You're the follow-through guy.
Congrats and thank you.
Yeah.
This shit came out really, really tight.
It's
and I did have my doubts. All I'm thinking about right now is my head is probably glowing like a motherfucking orb under these lights.
Oh, you think you could get some reflection off the top of the domus?
Oh, 100 I am.
I mean,
I should probably be wearing a hat, but
have you ever considered like waxing it?
Would that make a difference? You're a barber.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is even like beyond my forte.
Okay.
Back in the day, cats that shaved their head, they used to like buff it to make that shit shiny on purpose.
Oh, how would they buff it? Like just
I would assume with the actual buffer.
Like how you buff your car?
Like a Michael buffer, yeah. Like just straight up on like a fucking rotary, you know?
Can you imagine paying a motherfucker to buff your head?
I'll tell you what, you come to Barberians Barbershop and you want to get your head buffed. I don't have one.
But we'll figure it out.
I'll call him because he has tools. I don't have no tools.
I do.
But he 100% has the means to hook me up with the rotary buffer.
100%.
Can we buff your head before the next episode just to see if it makes a difference with the lights?
Let's buff my head on the next episode.
I'm with
what
that.
Are you talking about?
I'm with that.
I'll probably end up bleeding.
If I'm the one buffing it, yeah. We can get more.
Yes.
Clear that spot up. Still too shiny.
I'm not sure I have a buffer.
It's just an attachment. You put it on the thing.
On the drill?
Yeah.
Oh, then I have a buffer. Okay.
Yeah. You just gotta buy the attachment. Yo, you ever seen them fucking machines that they do in porn now?
I've seen a few. Which one are you referring to?
Motherfuckers, they like got like like is it hacksaw, jigsaw?
Yeah.
Whatever, and they put a dildo on the end of it and they just fucking
Is that what they use? Dog, you telling me someone put a jigsaw? I think it's a sawzall. It's it's
very
the
well
funniest in my head is a sawzall.
Sure.
So I'm going with sawzall.
It could be that.
And there's a dildo on it?
Yeah.
Why are we not watching this right now?
Well, no, because look at like because I thought, you remember that story about John Henry when we were kids, like 4th grade, 5th grade, and it was like we like learned a song about it in school, and like
sing it.
It was John Henry versus the machine, right?
Okay.
And it was like John Henry was the baddest slave that the world had ever seen, and he could hit a road rail tie quicker than anybody else.
Oh,
like he'd sink them shits quick.
Yes.
And then one day some cat like invented a machine that did that. And they were like, yo, let's go head to head, John Henry versus the machine type thing.
I do vaguely remember this.
And then the cat were in a competition against the machine to see who could hit the most road rail ties in the shortest amount of time or whatever.
Yeah.
And the fool died. Like, he worked so hard against the machine that he died in the process of trying to beat the machine. And it's kind of like a metaphor for the Industrial Revolution and machines taking over.
Did that
whatever.
Really happen?
Yeah. Probably.
Okay.
I would like to believe that this absolutely happened.
You would like to believe that he died?
But then I'm thinking about like motherfucker, like with these fuck machines, and it's like I'm trying to fucking go ahead. I'm John Henry trying to go head to head with the machine. No, then I would thought about it. I was like, no, but if I'm the one that procures the machine, then I'm the fool that brought the machine to the competition, and I'm that guy, and that guy wins.
Yeah.
So the idea is to not be John Henry. Rest in peace. God rest his soul. No, my idea is to be the cat that has the machine, because then you can't lose.
The only next question being, how much does this machine cost?
DIY or like actually purchasable?
Shit. I have a Sawzall. I have a feeling you have a dildo. So I'm thinking it's zero. I'm thinking the cost is zero.
That's a good estimate.
Yeah.
We'll talk after.
Yes.
We'll talk after this shit's off.
The next episode might be very interesting. We're buffing heads. We're making fuck machines. Yes.
That's good.
All right. How are our fish doing?
The fish are...
They're good.
They're as alive as I am at the moment. The fish look drunk.
This is the first time I'm actually seeing them, actually.
Well, typically I start drinking when we start doing this podcast, but I came from like a family Thanksgiving event. But they weren't trying to do Thanksgiving. They were like, no, that's white people shit. Mm-hmm. So it was an indigenous celebration day or whatever.
Is that what they really called it?
That's 100% what they could like. Homegirl had like a printout on the
cool.
table spots talking about like the Nawal word for turkey and shit.
Okay.
And it was like the turkey is a ancestor of the wild turkey, and I'm like reading it, and I'm like, well, now I want wild turkey. I told her, I was like, well, now I want wild turkey. And she's like to have as a pet. And I'm like, no, the drink, chick.
The drink.
Yeah, I want wild turkey, the drink.
Yeah.
But
when you pulled up, it looked to me like you had found some.
That's fair. I were dancing in the parking lot a little bit.
That's beautiful.
I do it from time to
I
time.
hope all my friends dance in the parking lot. Life's too short not to dance in the parking lot.
That's 100% true. If 100%. You get a chance to dance in a parking lot, take that chance. I'm gonna look at the camera for that one. Take that chance to dance in the parking lot. There's not too many better things in life that happen other than dancing in a parking lot. When you're an idiot, when you're incapacitated and intoxicated.
Sure, because for all the things we do in life that are kind of put on, maybe I'm speaking for myself, maybe I'm projecting a bit, but for all the airs one might put on, you can pretty much bet that if you see a motherfucker dancing in a parking lot, he means every moment of it.
And he's doing better than you too.
Feeling it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. He's happier than you are.
Yeah, motherfucker dancing. And because the only people that talk shit on, they be like, look at this motherfucker all wasted dancing in the parking lot.
Yeah.
They're not having as good of a time as you.
Absolutely.
If you're dancing in the parking lot, you're having a better time than most people.
Absolutely.
That's factual.
Yeah. I can't be sad for that guy or mad at that guy.
Well,
maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. If ever there was a chance for it to happen, it would have been tonight. Yeah. He got out of his car and he's like, fuck this happy ass motherfucker. Fuck this fool living his life.
Yeah.
So anyhow, it's November.
It is.
Are you doing the No Nut November?
No.
Like intentionally, not just...
No. Never.
Not just like you can't get it up no more.
Well, in that case, I did it the last 5 Novembers.
Yeah. No, it's fucked up because everybody like, I think it's like a social media thing, Reddit or whatever. Everybody's like, no, it's Sober October, No Nut November, or whatever.
All the squares do No Shave November.
Yeah, well, that actually kind of has a good undertone.
Really? Explain.
Yeah. Well, coming from the barber world,
yes.
The idea was to not shave your face to bring awareness for prostate cancer.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing that.
Yeah. So motherfuckers would grow their facial hair out. No Shave November, and the idea was to bring awareness to prostate cancer.
How?
Just because people talk about it, I guess.
Do they?
I mean, I always have this shit on my face. You always have that shiny, so nobody would hit you up and be like, oh,
right.
You're doing
so
No Shave November.
Someone who wouldn't normally have a beard, they grow beards, and someone's like, oh, you grew a beard. And you're like, oh, yeah, prostate cancer.
For prostate cancer awareness.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you know this, but the greatest way to solve cancer is to talk about it. These motherfuckers had the cure for cancer for a long time.
Should have been growing beards this whole fucking time.
But as long as people talk about it, then they'll get to it quicker.
Yeah.
Biden actually ran off of that. He said, if you elect me as president, I will cure
grow
cancer.
A beard?
No. Would have been tighter if he did that because he ain't cured cancer yet.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm waiting on it. He got 2 more years. Let's pedal the metal, kid. Let's go.
Is it 2 more years?
Yeah.
What is it, 22 right now? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it's 2 more years.
All right.
But we went to Cuba, right?
We did.
And in Cuba, I'd heard of the reason we went to Cuba is because Obama opened up the borders essentially. And the reason they opened up the borders, amongst other things, was Cuba came to the World Health Conference and they touted that they had a vaccine for like 70% of lung cancers, right? And everybody's like, no way. That sounds too good to be true. And Cuba showed up and they showed like all their... the first time Cuba been invited to the World Health Council in forever. And they put their fucking statistics up on the screen and these motherfuckers like, oh shit, they got something.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, yo, let's open up travel to Cuba. All of these guys are all right now that I think about it, you know? But then we went to Cuba and we looked around and shit, and I thought, like, these fools don't have the greatest amenities in life. You know what I mean? And their labs probably aren't the most sophisticated.
But wait, I'm sorry to go back. So you're saying the reason the borders got open was more the reason we got to prostate cancer?
Not prostate, lung, but
lung cancer. Sorry, I was still stuck on prostate.
No,
cancer.
Either way, essentially they hit
still wild.
They hit a fat breakthrough, and then all of a sudden we were like, hey, let's be friends. You guys are onto some shit. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but we went down there, and I'm looking around and shit, and I'm like, first of all, if these cats figured out a way to cure cancer, not even cure cancer, but prevent you from ever getting it in the first place, that means with our high-tech ass facilities, we've been had that shit for a minute.
Sure.
And we're just not slinging it out there to the world. Yeah. Well, them corporations, the pharmaceutical corporations, anytime somebody come up with something solid, they buy the patents to it and they shut it down real quick.
Yeah.
Because everybody hit me up. They're like, oh, you know, your mom's got cancer. Are you gonna get a tattoo of a yellow, a pink ribbon or whatever, you know? Because the idea, this generation is really about awareness, you know?
Sure.
As long as you spread awareness, you don't gotta like contribute actual money.
Right.
But as long as you post about some shit, you're doing your job.
Right.
And breast cancer awareness makes more money than curing cancer would. So why the fuck would they cure cancer?
Makes sense.
You can make more money off talking about curing the shit than you can actually off of curing the shit.
Right.
So I believe on some conspiratorial shit, on some tinfoil hat shit, that they've had the cure for that shit for a minute. And as soon as Cuba came out and said like, yo, we got some hard evidence that we got something for it, they're like, yeah, we should be friends now. And well, the thing was that the allegedly companies tried to buy the patent, and Fidel, this is the Fidel days, or at least Raul days, they're like, no, this is for the people. Like, we developed this with funding from the people, and therefore it's for the people and it's free. And they wouldn't sell the patent.
Do you think that's accurate? Do you think Fidel was like, no, this is for our people. We don't want money.
I would like to believe that.
I know you'd like to.
I would like to believe. Fidel, one of my favorite people in the fucking world.
I know.
You know, so me and Hop went to Cuba.
I'm Hop, by the way.
Yeah, this cat. And he were on some, let's vacation in the Caribbean type shit. Like, he was there and he was just trying to live his life and enjoy himself.
Go take photos, bro. That's what I'm trying to do.
Right. And my ass was on some historical shit. Like, yo, Cuba was the chessboard for the world during the missile crisis, 1963.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of the Cuban Revolution and whatnot. And Fidel is one of the most controversial characters in human history because he really was that dude. He, I don't really want to go in depth in it because I don't think nobody else would find it interesting. That being said, this cat put his life on the line multiple times, like almost got executed after the July 25th movement, 23rd, 28th, the late July movement. I think. Yeah, whatever.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Fair enough. And he should have been executed, and he gave a rousing speech to the world, and they're like, all right, we're not going to execute him. We'll just cast him out to Mexico. And he was stuck in Mexico, and some cat that was riding his bike up and down the Argentinian coast,
yeah, see,
like saw the speech and was like, "Yo, I'm trying to get down with that cat. That guy, he's about his shit."
Right.
And he fucking against all odds went for it again, and got shitted on again. And so, for me to believe that he was some guy that didn't give a fuck about people and just wanted to make money or whatever, There's no way. There's no way you could put your life on the line that many times unless you really believed in the cause.
Sure.
So I believe that he really believed in the cause, and he was anti-capitalism, viva los socialismos, and once he got and power,
is the age-old tale, right? Like,
you know, the rest of the
start
story.
out well, and then,
all roads to hell are paved with good intentions.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then corruption happens.
So he died the richest man in the history of Cuba. Honey Buns, will you grab me another beer real quick? Are you about to jet out and watch some Yellowstone?
She's like, fuck this.
Yeah,
Bring on
like,
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner, a Villa Park High graduate. Your kid go to... Coors, honey.
So you won't drink Bud Light, but you drink Coors?
I won't drink Coors normally either. Okay. The reason why there's Coors in the shot...
How am I supposed to get a Bud Light sponsorship? Not for this show, but for my life.
Yeah, no, do your thing, honey.
No, you can talk. You good.
No, the idea is, like... I told that if you buy Modelo for the shop, I'm going to drink that shit.
That's true.
But if you got to buy some shit for the shop that I won't drink.
There ain't nothing on earth I won't drink, and I mean that.
So either way, No Nut November, right?
Yes.
I was thinking about this, like, does No Nut November coincide with more mass shootings? You know what I mean? Like, if fools aren't getting the demon out of them,
sure,
are they going to act out?
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be like a funny bit that I brought up, and then this motherfucker went and shot up a gay club in Colorado last night.
Okay.
So it's less. Did you see that?
Last night?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, killed 5, injured like handful more.
Did not know this.
Yeah, and which is sad and fucked up.
Yeah, and it is November.
And so I'm thinking, like, if that fool would have just jacked off, like, would
lives have been spared?
Would lives have been saved?
Yes.
Like, these tyrants on Reddit are like, don't jack off in November, and then all of a sudden this fool's like...
These tyrants on Reddit.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a tragedy. So
that's a parallel to be drawn, perhaps.
All I'm saying, can we be pro nut November on the way down podcast? Can we be pro nut? The more you nut, the less you
shoot people.
I was trying to find something clever to say. I was looking for. I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure somebody will comment and be like, "Fucking pro bus November."
Comment if you're funnier than us.
By all means, which you ideally likely are.
Hopefully.
What have you been up to?
Fucking this, bro.
Yeah.
Fixing this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
This sign was the bane of my existence. Is it necessary? I don't know, but it's cool.
Could you have done it a lot more chafa? Like, could you have done it half-assed? And no, you can't. Well, this man, he brought this sign out, and you can't even see it on the camera, but there's like a little nick somewhere on the sign. And the first thing I pointed out was like, yo, did that kill you? That little, and he was like, oh, you wouldn't fucking believe.
Yeah. It bothers the fuck out of me.
Yeah, no,
that was the hardest. Obviously, that was the hardest letter to cut out. And then it just nicked just the side of it. And I could fix it, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's great.
It's fine.
So you're 100% he's going to fix it after this.
I'm going to fix it.
After this, now
I
he's
already
like,
have the shit. I already bought the shit to fix it.
You been smoking weed lately?
Hell no.
Never?
No. I mean, not never, but never in the last year. Or
how come?
So, the thing about weed is it makes me want to kill myself.
Okay.
So I tend to not smoke it.
Well, that's it, because No Nut November make me want to kill myself or other people.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so I try and avoid that. I should
stop smoking weed.
Yeah.
Continue not smoking weed, and you should bust
jack
it up
off more.
Often.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you get more depressed in the winter? I don't think I've ever asked you this as long as we've been friends.
I think it's a year-round battle, the depresso.
Yeah, well, that for sure.
Yeah, no, that shit.
That for sure. But do you feel an increase in the winter?
Not
months?
here, Dick. It was hot as hell today.
Like,
It were sunny as a motherfucker today.
For me, it's not so much the cold. Granted, I don't live in a cold region, so I can't really speak on that. It's the darkness. It's when it gets dark at 4:45.
Like in your soul, or
well,
outside?
That's always there. That's year round, as you were saying. When it gets dark at 4:45, my ass get real grumpy.
I lived in Portland for a year, right?
Yes, I
and
remember.
And everybody's like, "Oh, I hope you like rain." And I was like, "Yeah, I like rain. Like rain's cool or whatever."
Right.
But it weren't the rain that fucked with me.
Yeah.
Cause rain's cool. It's not that it rains all the time in Portland. It's just like this fucked up gray slate drizzle permanently, to the point where like the local townsfolk,
Yeah.
like if the sun came out in fall, like in November, this time of the year, like cats would flip the sign on their shops and go and stand out on the sidewalk. And then you go to the bar later and cats would be like, "Yo, did you see the sun came out around 4:30, 5 p.m.?" And they're like, "Oh, no, I was in the shop. I missed it. Fuck. The sun came out like 3 weeks." You ever go to the beach on like a overcast day?
Yeah.
And like there's not like definitive clouds. It's just this fucking...
Just one big cloud.
Yeah.
Like a sheet of cloud.
Yeah, it's like that for months straight.
Yeah, bro.
And that shit fuck with me.
Of course.
But I had this black neighbor that lived like a couple doors
that'll
over from me. Yeah, and that had nothing to do with my depression. For the record.
Go ahead.
And this cat told me, he's like, "Oh, you got to get on that vitamin D, son." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Yeah, because yada, 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 right?"
Yeah.
And so I went and I got some supplements, some vitamin D supplements, and I started taking them. Shit, sure enough, made all the difference.
Yeah.
But the idea is biologically or evolutionarily rather, people of the sun, to quote a Rage Against the Machine bit, yeah, people of the sun are used to getting X amount of sun per year. So when everybody came out the northern horn of Africa, right? Mm-hmm. And then the white people got pushed further north, and the black people went south toward Africa or whatever, and their hair knotted up and their melanin content in their skin got darker because they were around sun all the fucking time. So they had to develop evolutionary means to combat the constant sun.
Right.
As where the people in the north, they got like, you know, them spots in Alaska where it's like nighttime for 45 days straight type shit.
Yeah, Alaska.
Yeah,
it's just called Alaska.
Yeah, that's what the name of it is.
I've been there.
The lighter your skin is, the lighter your hair is, the lighter your eyes are, your ability to process vitamin D from the sun is increased.
Right.
It's a lot easier. And then the darker your skin is, you have to get more sun than somebody from less sunny part of the world,
right,
to keep it balanced.
Sure.
Long story short, vitamin D is the shit. I take that shit every day. If you don't take that shit, matter of fact, when you come to me and talk about, yo, do you get more depressed during the winter? Take vitamin D, motherfucker.
Okay, I will.
I'll give you some of mine.
Well, I could buy it, but I want you to have yours.
Either way,
whichever of us kills ourselves first.
Yeah.
The show's gonna take a turn.
You don't
so we
smoke.
Should stick around.
No weed no more.
No.
My grandpa finally told me the story of him smoking weed for the first time.
Oh, where? How'd that go?
And he's like, "Mijo, back in the day, I'm assuming this is like the 50s or so.
Different
like,
weed."
He's like, it was a classy thing. You know what I mean? Only the social, the higher echelon people were doing it. You know what I mean? He's like, I was at a party in the Hollywood Hills.
Oh shit!
And some guy had a joint, and I hit it, and it burned my throat. I didn't really like it, but it didn't do anything to me. Like, I didn't feel any different. And then when I was getting in my car to drive home, I noticed that it was hard to maintain the speed of my car with the legal speed limits of the road.
Yeah.
And he's like, I kept doing this thing where I was like looking and then looking at my speedometer.
Yeah,
and then looking and then he realized, he was like, if I just recline my seat enough to the point where I'm lower in the car, I can stare at my speedometer and the road at the same time. And I was like, is that why the motherfuckers do that shit? Like that's why the motherfuckers roll around with tinted ass windows, like fucking
all the way back,
real deep in the shit, so they can see their speedometer and the window at the same time.
Shit.
It made sense to me.
I've definitely been there.
Oh yeah.
Leaving your house when I used to try to smoke weed. I went through a long, like, several year period of trying.
You really
to
gave
smoke
it a
weed.
college try.
Oh yeah, 100%.
No, you went for it.
It was like, it was partially like everyone I hang with and like, they seem to really enjoy this and get something out of it. I feel like I'm missing out. But then it was like, when I smoke weed, I don't drink as much. I don't particularly like myself when I drink a lot. So
you don't like yourself when you smoke weed a lot either.
Well, yeah, but it's different. It's
a different kind of hate.
Highly different. Yeah. But well, that's a good point. Like, I knew if I'm smoking weed, I won't drink. So that box is checked. I won't hate myself because of alcohol. But the more weed I smoke, it kind of backfires, and it's even worse off than if I were to just drink. And a logical person would say, don't do either.
It was.
But here we are.
Who wants to be logical in 2022?
Not I.
That ain't a whole lot of fun. That should leave that to the dogs.
Yes. Do you smoke weed?
Yeah, every day.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not socially.
Yeah.
Like they're them cats that are like, oh, we're gonna go out. Let's rip it really quick. You know what I mean?
Have you ever been a social smoker?
Like weed?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
I haven't smoked enough weed with you to know
with
this.
you is I say social. You know what I mean? Like,
fair.
Yeah. With
yeah.
you, like we could fucking veg out on some TV show and binge it for hours, and I ain't gotta worry about impressing nobody or whatever. But
I wouldn't be watching it. I would just be.
You get me high and take me to a bar or a club around a bunch of people. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to deal with nobody. I want to be alone with my thoughts.
Sure.
But
same here.
At the end of the day, like I can smoke hella barbers. My employees, ironically, they can be high as fuck and cut hair all day.
That's might not be the best thing to say, but
they cut hair well, dog.
All right, cool.
Like we said, many paths to the summit. If you can pull it off, then by all means do your thing. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
All I care about is the finished product.
Sure.
If your shit look good by the time they get out the chair, then good on you.
Yeah.
I can't.
How many times have you tried?
Oh, every time I cut my little brother's hair, he drive down from LA.
How many clients?
No, not clients.
Not one?
No, family.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like my little brother would be like, yo, let's hit this joint right quick before we get into this haircut and put on some comedy special or whatever.
Yeah.
And I tell him right off the bat, like, yo, I can do this, but you got to get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, because it's going to take me 3 times as long. I'm talking 2-hour haircuts where I'm like fucking fading a motherfucker and then like eyeballing it all close. You know what I mean? Like I look all stupid.
Yeah.
Cutting the hair and shit. Like,
was the final product different than it would have been?
No. Eventually, at the point where I'm at with my ability to cut hair, like I'll get there, but it's gonna take a lot longer.
Okay, so it's about the same outcome.
Yeah, but if I'm working, you know, I'm trying to pump them out and get them out the chair as quick as possible. So like, yeah, I can't smoke weed during the work. I could drink. The haircuts probably actually get worse if I'm drinking.
Yeah, I would assume so.
But with weed, like the haircut will be great. It'll be as good as it ever could, potentially even better.
That's what I'm asking. Like, yeah, if you've noticed,
but it takes for fucking ever.
Yeah, I got you.
No, weed makes me better at 3 things in life. When I'm high, I'm better at watching movies. I'm better at eating. And I'm better at listening to music. And beyond that,
but haircutting wasn't in there. I was waiting for one of them to be haircutting.
No.
Because that's exactly what we were talking about.
I'm worse at everything else.
Oh, okay.
100%. Driving. I'm probably a better driver when I'm stoned. Not to encourage nobody. Yeah, because
fuck them.
I'm all fucking paranoid and shit. And I'm like throwing on my fucking blinker 10 seconds before I switch lanes, and I'm coming to complete stops at stop sign. Like when I'm regularly, I'm a horrible driver. You know this.
I do.
You've driven with me before.
I do.
Yeah, no, stop. The term is California rolling stop. Like we actually have a fucking terminology for our shitty ability to actually come to a full stop at a stop sign.
To the point that every time a cop's following me, I'm like, I better do the California stop, because if I completely stop, they're gonna know.
Yeah, you're like, you gotta roll it a little bit.
Yeah,
roll it a
absolutely.
little bit. Yeah, because if not, it's
business as usual. Absolutely.
Drinking, I'm just worse at everything when I'm drinking. There ain't nothing that I'm better at when drinking, including podcasts. So, cheers.
Nah, we having a good time. We have a good time. That's all we do. You having a good time? Shout out to you.
You forgot her name.
No, I didn't. I'm just not trying to.
Oh,
she said her name. You're so sweet.
She was like,
oh, it's okay. My name. I know your name. I'm not gonna say your name on. If you.
She's like, follow my OnlyFans.
Can I say her name?
Yeah,
her name is Ale, correct?
Yeah.
And it was funny. I bring that up because when we got here,
he did say it good.
Well, when I got here, I called Drew, who wasn't here.
Don't say my name. I didn't say you could say my name.
I called
weird.
Drew.
That's weird to me.
Who
I don't
wasn't
like it.
here. And he's like, yo, let's get a drink real quick. Let's get a drink real quick before the podcast. I'm like, I mean, yeah, let's run it. And he's like, yeah, meet me in LA real quick. That's what he said. But I heard meet me in LA real quick. And we are good 45 from LA. But this isn't really something you wouldn't request of me. So I was like,
you double.
Dog, I'm not fucking driving to LA real quick. What you mean real quick?
Well, it's 45 now, but you remember them COVID days?
I do.
Where you could get to LA in 16 minutes? Like,
Not in your car.
No traffic. Yeah, you can't get nowhere in my car in 16 minutes. You can get just stayed in the parking lot for 16 minutes.
Yeah.
I got stuck today at church. I went to church.
You went to church today?
Yeah.
What's today? Sunday?
I've been
motherfucking heathen. You motherfucking heathen.
No, he talking that shit because we were raised Seventh-day Adventist. Yeah, I know.
In her grave right
Typically,
now.
I would go to church on Saturday, but then I grew up and realized that I was a part of a cult.
So many people listening have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, ideally.
Yeah.
And if you ever heard about the Seventh-day Adventists, know 3 things. They got great food. The potlucks are bad, dog.
I mean, it depends where you went.
It depends if you want to eat.
You went
meat.
to Southern California. You had Mexicans in your church.
Oh, we had Mexicans. We had
you
Polys.
were half the Mexicans.
We had we had Polys. Your ass.
Yeah.
You know
I
mean?
wasn't there, dog. I grew up in Northern California.
You didn't grow up. Period.
I'm not arguing.
I'm just saying. We had One. We had Cole. We had a strong poly community at the church. Yeah,
y'all had Asians.
We had
you
Filipinos.
Had Polynesians. You had Mexicans. All that. I grew up with
Guam. There's hella fucking
people.
Yeah.
I grew up with white people.
Yeah,
and that's fine. But there's zero diversity.
Yeah, he said
white people.
He said cool whip.
Yeah,
he put the H on that shit.
That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
I grew up in like the OG.
You were up there in like Stockton, or where were you at?
Sacramento, bruh.
Sacktown?
Yeah.
And you don't fuck with Mac Dre? That's hurtful.
No, I do not.
That's disappointing. They
like
call it
Macramento. You know, I was going to say live and let live, but that didn't work out. Mac Dre dead.
Yeah, why you got to bring that up, Dick?
Sorry to bum you out.
Yeah, that genuinely, in high school, I dated a chick from the Bay Area. And she schooled me at all this Northern Bay Area rap shit.
So it's her fault.
That was 100% her fault. Shouts out to her.
Yeah.
But no, because I don't know. Like we didn't. First off, as a Southern California Mexican, we didn't fuck with Northern California Mexicans.
Yes.
Off top.
Yep.
And then in terms of like, I like that Tupac threw out that whole like from Oakland to Sacktown. You know what I mean? The Bay Area and back down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love that he tried to be todo inclusivo, but the reality is motherfuckers don't get along.
Yeah.
Like, from down here compared to up there.
Especially back then.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, even now.
Oh, for sure, still.
But especially back then, sure.
I think everything was more back then.
But this was at the height of the hyphy movement.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Thiz movement. Like, where, like, motherfucker, the stunner shades and the sideshows. And
they made a little comeback in... What was it, like 02, 03, 04? E40 did
he did that was a little late with it, but yeah.
Right, but what I mean is it revived it a little bit.
The game
the whip and all that
the game
shit.
Remix he mentioned, he said, don't do it for me, do it for Mac Dre. Yeah, and I was like, all right, he fucking knows this shit. You know who else fuck with Mac Dre? Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a show in the Bay Area and he brought Mac Dre's mom out on stage or whatever. Yeah. So he knows.
That's tight.
Yeah, so it was hard to like Drake, man.
Real quick, before we move from Mac Dre, the thing is, I don't like Mac Dre. I've never been a Mac Dre fan, but I respect people who know who Mac Dre is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I disrespect you because you know who he is and you don't like him, but that motherfucker was so bad.
Somehow I'm okay with
bad.
I'm
okay and it weren't even like the fact that he died at the height of his career type shit. It was the fact that like just linguistically, in terms of, there are a lot of fucking, I'm gonna get heat for this, but I'll put it on the fucking record. Bay Area rappers, they make words up.
Yeah.
They call it slanguage, right? They call it, you know what I mean? And
Sure.
there's like shaboopa laboopy. Like they say some wild off the cuff shit, but as people that write rhymes and shit, you know goddamn well when you're like grinding it out and you're like, fuck, I just need one bar to finish
Something
this
that
shit
rhymes
off.
the syllables and they just make it up.
Them motherfuckers make it up.
I low-key respect it.
I don't know. That's cheating, dog. That's
Of course it's cheating.
That's
but
like
the
if you're playing,
audacity they have to just cheat and everyone knows you're cheating, they're like, well, fuck you.
nobody knows they're cheating. They're like, no, that's it. That's what the fuck they say.
Yeah.
Hey, cocaine's dog food, dog. That's who doesn't know that? It's like nobody else knows that.
Right.
It's like they have the blank card in Scrabble. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they got the thing, and they're just like, oh,
yeah.
that's a cue.
I do respect it. I just don't want to listen to it. That's all I'm saying.
No, I mean,
That's how that's the position I've always held.
no, well, the shit died essentially with Cat. You know what I mean? Like they tried to do this entertainment. They tried to keep it going after he died, and it didn't go. He was very much the lifeblood of the entire Bay Area hyphy movement.
Some cats attempted. E40 attempted.
In E40's defense, he's the first cat out of Vallejo, but that's only because Mac Dre got locked up. You heard that it's like Snoop Dogg, Too Short, E40, and Ice Cube. They had a group last year called Mount Westmore.
Yeah. Cornfield.
It was bad.
Cornfield.
Yes, it was rough to listen to. I wanted to like it.
Of course you did.
Because we grew up on them full. I literally gave your son a Too Short shirt.
Yes, you
last
did.
time I saw you.
You did.
Because I tried to give it to my son, and
like,
well, Too Short. We're playing the Michelada Rumble.
Too old. I'm wearing that shit.
You heard of the Michelada Rumble?
Nah.
All right, so there's
sounds like an event I would like to attend.
It's a fucking great event, 100%. Check it out if you never heard of it. If you like micheladas,
I do.
They do an event every year where it's like a chili cook-off.
Ooh.
But it's like all like fuck, I can't think. Corona, Modelo. It's weird how I say Modelo with the accent, but I don't say Corona like an accent.
It is weird. I wasn't going to point it out, but that's okay.
It's because most cats that drink Coronas say Corona.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you drink Bud Light and shit, and somebody was trying to explain Modelo, and they're like, it's like the Bud Light of Mexico, and I'm like, no, Bud Light's the Bud Light of Mexico.
Yeah.
That motherfucker love that shit down there.
Yeah.
But like, what's the one, honey? Estrella. Whatever, hella
She's like, yeah, what the fuck you talking about?
She with the fucking chorus in her hand.
He looks stupid right now.
Victoria, all these.
That's good. I like that.
All
shit.
these companies come through, and it's like a chili. Like all the companies like have their booths, and they make the best michelada available, and then people judge. Like, yo,
Where's
they
it
had
at?
the best one. Santa Anita Raceway.
Where the fuck is this? LA?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's tight, dog. You can go bet on some fucking ponies. There's like a lowrider show. They got luchador fights. They got
I'm sold, bruh.
like the whole thing. But this year they had Too Short playing, right?
Okay.
And I hit up my kid and I was like, hey, Dick, let's roll out to this thing tomorrow. And he's like, what's it about? And I was like, don't worry about it. Too Short's playing. And he was like, yeah, I don't want to see that fool. I was like, what do you mean you don't want to see it? I'm like, Too Short, a legend in the game, dog. Like, being able to say that you saw Too Short. Like, when you grow up and you have kids and shit, you'll be like, yo, I saw Too Short. Da-da-da.
Gangsters and strippers live?
Yes.
That would be my shit.
Thank you, dearest.
Okay.
I appreciate
I'm
you.
going to take this opportunity to interject.
Go ahead.
Nothing you said thus far has been wrong. I don't dispute any of it. However, I would like to point out the fact that in the past, when I have thrown Too Short into our rap conversations, sometimes between you and I, sometimes between me, you, and the group, right? You're one of the first to discredit this man. However,
he got fucking...
I do understand that now this goes back to what I was saying about Mac Dre. I'm not a Mac Dre fan, but I respect... But listen, hear me out. I'm not a Mac Dre fan, but I respect when people know who Mac Dre is. You automatically win points with me, right? So I get why you, when it's me presenting Too Short to you, I understand why you would shit on Too Short. But when you're presenting Too Short to someone who wouldn't know who Too Short is and has no interest in him, you're like, come on, dog, that's a legend. You better put some respect on Too Short's name.
I told
but
Kid,
me as a fellow head, you're not gonna give that to me.
I told Kid, I was like, yo, being able to say you saw Too Short before he fucking kicked the bucket is like saying that you saw Tupac before he kicked the bucket. Like, this is legendary shit. And he was like, yeah, but Tupac was good. And I was like, damn, dude.
I mean, he's not entirely wrong.
Don't go at my Bay Area rapper Tupac right now.
He's not. No, I said he's not entirely wrong. Like, he's not entirely wrong.
Yeah, well, there's a reason your kid ended up with the shirt and not mine. Your kid at least respect the classics and the legends, and he knows that shit.
He does.
My kid like YBN Cordae.
Oh, he like, so does mine, and so do I. YBN Cordae, dope.
That was a bad example because I do fuck with Cordae.
The new cats.
But it took me a minute because like he played all this bullshit, like all his SoundCloud rappers and shit, and XXX Temptation and fucking all them fools, and I'm like, this is corny. Yeah, this is like everybody got the same filter on their voice and shit. This shit's corny. But that's his era. You know what I mean?
And my kid plays all that as well, but he also
plays what I respect about him.
Of the other shit.
Your kid knew straight out of Compton beginning to end, and I was like, yeah.
That's
my nephew, FYI. That's my godson. I fuck with this kid heavy. I've been fucked with this kid.
One of my biggest regrets, I mean this is not hyperbole. One of my biggest regrets in my parenthood is when he was 5 years old, we used to drive around, he'd be in the car seat. And I'm not exaggerating. This kid knew every fucking lyric, every pause, every ad lib to Scenario, Tribe Called Quest with Busta and all that. Like, and oh my God, like doing all this. And I was like, we'll film it tomorrow. Now he's 15.
Right.
It don't hit it the same.
No, for sure.
Seeing a 15-year-old do that, like, oh, that's cool. But like seeing a 5-year-old do that,
one of our first dates, we came back and I threw on the TV and like it was like YouTube recommended videos and Scenario popped up and I clicked it or whatever. And we were chilling out like in bed or whatever, just watch. And then when Busta's part came on, I said, hold on a second. And I had it.
Yeah.
Rah, like a cannon.
Give me 1 second.
Not bragging. Try to read the mind. Just imagine in my chonies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you remember this? Yeah. No, it was bad.
There's definitely a moment that calls her. Hold that thought. 1 second. I need to do something real quick.
Well, this was the thing is that like my dating history is tragic. There's a reason there's a No Mas Tóxicas tattoo on my neck. You know what I mean? And intentionally, I don't know if I've ever told you this. Intentionally, like I kind of tried to push this girl away a little bit. Like I wanted to go full freak, like unbridled Drew edition. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you know that's my goddamn jam. So I got up in my chonies and started doing powerful impact, boom, from the cannon. Not bragging, you know?
Yeah.
And this chick was like, do your thing. like she did not falter anyway. Whatsoever. Like I did all my weird shit. Yeah. There were nights where she were trying to sleep and I'm like spray painting t-shirts in the back room here or whatever. And I'm thinking like, oh, she ain't never going to call me again after this. Like, this is weird. This is weirdo tweaker shit in the middle of the night shit. And she ain't never had an issue with it.
Yeah.
She let me be me. Yeah. Like me. Like the me that most, like, I don't tone it down that much, but he wish I toned it down more.
Nah, I love you.
I did fucking full throttle amps up to 11 Drew and she was like, yo, I still fuck with you in my book. And I was like, yo, lady, what size ring you wear?
Damn.
I'll see you at the altar type shit. I'll see you at the altar.
Oh, sorry, fish. I'm scaring the fish.
Yeah, don't fuck with the fish, though.
I thought we was going to have some jellyfish in here, some ill jellyfish.
Yo, I got them somewhere. They're somewhere.
What you mean somewhere, dog?
They're fucking somewhere.
Where could they be?
They're around.
All right, we got seahorse. We got 2 seahorses. What is that, a lionfish? Remember to feed these motherfuckers, man.
First and foremost, don't talk about my fish.
I'm sorry. I'm looking out for the fish,
Don't put my fish name in your mouth right now. You don't feed them. You don't care for them. That ain't your responsibility.
You right. No, you right. Should we unplug that fridge? You think?
Nah.
It's not that loud, huh?
Alebrije. Can you hear the
What
fridge?
the fuck did you just say?
I didn't hear it until you just
Fuck
said
you
it.
just
Oh,
called
I
me,
got
dog?
so many. No, her. I got so many nicknames for her. Her name is Alejandra, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Ale is her nickname.
Yes.
I call her Ale Tamale,
Oh, that's fire.
Mija Tamale, right?
Yeah, that's
I
fire
call her
too.
Alebrije, which
What-
is like
What is that?
you watch Coco?
What is Coco?
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, the cartoon?
Yeah.
Nah, my kid old.
Yeah.
I mean, I've probably seen it.
He knows.
But I drank.
He
so
knows
I don't
what
know.
it's like a mythical creature. Oh.
I'm a 15-year-old. I'm just still.
Well, I fucked his mother 15 years ago, and not a day since. Boom! I love when opportunities present themselves.
That's so terrible.
That's a joke. It's obviously a joke, but I could not say it.
Yeah, but I can't calculate that.
No, like when we started hanging out, like actually hanging, like because I known him for a long minute, you know what I mean. But when we
Yeah.
actually started hanging out, it was when his lady was pregnant, and they had the kid, and I'd go like I watched this kid go through his potty training phase. When I rolled to his house, like drunk as a fucking skunk. And there were like hella chonies on the stair rail banister
Just
and
drying.
shit. And I'm like, why are there all these fucking Power Ranger chonies on the shit? And Ninja
Yeah.
Turtle ass chonies. And
Yeah.
we're potty training him this
Why are
week.
my chonies up all the fucking
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
them shits look like mine.
They're getting bigger.
Yeah. His chonies were up
Those
there.
ones got lace on them.
Well, no, but I known this cat a long time. I known this kid since he couldn't walk. Since before he could actually fucking put 2 feet in front of each other. But yeah, no. Fuck. There was something I wanted to say about Mac Dre about the. Oh, you know what? Me and Homegirl, we went to the Folsom Street Fair. Have you heard of this?
No.
All right, so there were a music festival in San Francisco, Portola Music Festival.
Okay.
And it was dope. Like, the lineup was solid. The first day apparently was dog shit. And everybody were calling it the Fire Festival of the Bay Area type shit.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have the infrastructure for it. And the porta potties were overflowing. And they didn't have no
Right.
toilet paper.
Right.
And yada, yada. You know, all the shitty parts about a festival if it's not
Sure.
organized well.
Sure.
But we went the second day. But we happened to be out in San Francisco on the same week as the Folsom Street Fair. And the Folsom Street Fair is some legendary shit where I knew it was legendary because cats in our hotel, the spot we were staying at, we were in the lobby and they're out there in like full gimp outfits. You know what I mean?
shit.
Like zipper mouth, like gimp outfits.
Yeah.
And we're roaming around San Francisco and like you see cats with their ass cheeks out, like just wearing like full rubber bonded shit or
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm hearing dudes speaking accents and shit, you know what I mean? Like the Germans were out there, the Frenches were out there and shit. Like people fly in from around the world for this shit.
Okay.
And we go to Pride every year. Like I'm not a stranger to LGBTQIA plus events.
I was just telling Tony I wanted to check out one of those just to take it all in. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wear a mask.
No,
you know, but,
I thought
you
the
know,
same thing. I say,
Maybe a ski mask.
we went to this fucking that's a good one.
Keep going.
We went to this fucking shit and it changed my life. 100. Well, so I'm thinking like todo inclusivo, everybody's fucking welcome. It's a non-judgmental, like kink shame free area for everybody, their authentic self, and everyone's welcome, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
We get out there and so we're on our way to this festival, but I'm like, babe, excuse me. I'm like, babe, we gotta stop by this spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yeah, I'm with it.
His idea.
Yeah, no, because she's the road dog, and she were with it. And we stopped by this fucking place, and right when we walk up, it's just Sodom and Gomorrah, dog. Just dicks everywhere, and not the kind of dicks that you want to see.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It
I
was
follow.
I think I saw a dick I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Like, not one.
the
Okay.
whole time.
Dicks you don't want to see.
The whole time was dick. It was old dude dicks, like
Ooh.
60 plus fools with
Like
their
it's just motherfuckers walking around naked. That's what you
naked
mean?
as fuck
Okay.
with their peckers out, right?
Flaccid 1 inch
Flaccid. That was going to be my next question.
That's the other thing.
That
they were
was
flaccid.
obviously going to be my next question.
I'm hoping that these cats. I'll be honest. Like I felt good about myself after because I was like, yo, I got a lot of these cats beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like ideally, they're growers, not showers type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there were a lot of fucking old fools with their dicks out, just like standing on the sidewalk, jacking their shit off on unsuspecting passerbys. Baby, uno más.
Wait.
It's literally splash zone.
So we went.
She said it's splash zone.
Like you gotta watch where you're walking.
It's
like,
true.
It's not.
It's true.
Oh, so we took a jump. So we went from old guys walking around flaccid to cats jerking off in the street.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more than that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So right when we roll
What's
up,
that, Mama? No worries.
there's a cat on his back, right? Like on all fours.
Yeah.
But like on his back on all fours. You know what I mean? Like I can see fetal position on the side on all four, but like no, this cat's like this or
roach.
whatever. And he's asking motherfuckers like to throw up on him and shit.
Oh.
And I'm first of all,
how long did it take you to throw up? Did you have to choke yourself?
after seeing it, not long. Just after recognizing what the fuck was going on, I was visibly sick, nauseous.
Yeah.
Either way, like first of all, I'll give Cat credit because if you thought a dude was dirty for having other dudes throw up on you, you're dirtier just for laying on the San Francisco street on your back. that shit alone is covered in all sorts of horrible things.
Generations of filth.
And then we're walking through this shit or whatever, and then we see by the porta potties there's a kiddie pool filled with human piss, and they're a human person in there, like
Kiddie
on some
pool
mermaid
and human piss together, just
on some mermaid shit. Is by the porta potties, and he's like, "Don't use the porta potties, just go in here or whatever." And I'm just like, "That's pretty foul." You know, I got hella gay from my roommate. Like I know, and she got hella gay friends or whatever.
But like, this is all great, and I want you to continue. But isn't there a difference between like being gay and then being whatever they are?
Dog, I was thinking,
and I'm
like,
not even shit. I don't.
I was thinking
I'm not even shitting on them, but they might appreciate it if I did. So, you feel me though?
I was thinking we're going to an event where everybody's fucking cool, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, but I'm just looking around. I'm like, damn, these people are hurting.
Yeah.
Like internally, like these people need therapy type shit. You know what I mean? So we're walking around and this fool's like doing the swan dive, like the fucking backstroke in a kiddie pool full of human piss. And then somebody else, you know how they say like, don't assume my gender?
Yeah.
And usually it's like, dog, you look like a chick, or dog, you look like a dude.
Yeah.
Like what? This one I legitimately would not assume their gender because I couldn't call it. I looked at it for about 5 minutes. And I was like, you know, I'm not even gonna fucking risk it.
Yeah.
And this one, that is some androgyny. You fucking nailed androgyny.
Right.
But this one, walk up to the kiddie pool and takes a scoop and takes a slurp of just rando piss, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're like, you take me back to the cat that wanted people to throw up on him, because that's where I'm about to be right now, right?
Yeah,
I'm so fucking mortified. We walked through the end of it. You know them all gas no brakes cats. Not Caleb Presley. What's the kid's name? With the acne and shit. Channel 5 News.
Oh yeah. I don't remember. I don't know his name, but I know what you're talking about.
He sent homeboy out there, Polo Cuddy, to do a story, like, and they had their cameras out there and shit. And I'm like waiting for them to upload the shit. It's been like 3 months. They ain't uploaded the shit, and the only reason I could assume is because it was worse than they assumed it would be. Like they didn't even want to broadcast how bad this shit was. And like
Jesus Christ,
dog, I was about to join the Westboro Baptist Church. I'm telling you, I've hated these dudes my entire life. They go to shit and they say God hates fags, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With their signs up and shit, like, yada. And then after seeing this shit, I was like, where's the membership sign up? Somebody needs to do something about this. It was so bad. At the end of it, I go up to, there's some police officers on the corner.
Yeah.
And she were with me. We went back to the homeboy. that was going to the festival with us, and he's like, yo, what does Drew look like that he's white like a ghost right now? Like, what the fuck did he see?
Yeah.
And I'm like explaining to him like, this is tragic and horrible, yada yada yada. And he's like, yo, were there kids there? And my girlfriend's like, there were no children, but there were a lot of baby dicks. There were a lot of dicks you didn't want to see.
Yeah.
And I go up to these cops at the end of it, and I'm like, I need a smoke, you know? And I ask him, I'm like, yo, where's the closest liquor store where I could get a pack of smokes? And the cop said, excuse me? And I said, I'm looking for the closest liquor store. And he said, oh, yeah, it's right around the corner. You're going to make a left right here and then right there. And he like points it out for me. Yeah, he's very nice dude or whatever. And he goes back to the other cop, the lady cop, and he was asking me for directions. She's like, oh, that's nice. And I was like thinking, like, did you guys get spit on all day? Like, your San Francisco cops.
They did.
Like, I was the only fool that walked up to them and said, hey, community officer, whose taxes or who's paid by my fucking taxpayer dollars.
Yeah.
Can you assist me? You know, because that's what the fuck they are. They're public servants. Motherfuckers can give you a leg up if you ask them.
Sure.
But they weren't used to it. They seem very off put by the fact that like the dude looked real fucking uptight until I reiterated what I was asking him.
Yeah.
And then he got like all like, oh my God, yeah, it's right around the corner, dude. Like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Who hurt you, dog? San Francisco's turned into a shithole.
Yeah.
I'll say this real quick.
Yeah.
My favorite part about the whole event, and there weren't any, but my favorite part about the whole event was that there was this politically correct speaking unhoused person, and you could say, how did you know he was on? Because the motherfucker got his backpack on next to him. There was a bum jacking off on the sidewalk, like next to all the other dudes that were jacking off on the sidewalk. And I looked at him and I'm like, yo, this is that dude's day to shine.
Yeah.
Like, this is what this dude wants to do this every fucking day. Probably has done this multiple times and gotten in trouble for it. But he woke up that morning and he was like, is this a day where I can get naked and jack off on the side of the street?
Right.
Nobody's going to bother me.
Like, this is fine?
He's like, yeah, this is cool.
You can be naked in San Francisco and it is not of any violation.
See, this was going to be my question. Do we know, like, how do they get away with this?
You can't jack off.
Well, stop me.
But now
You just try to stop me.
You can walk around with your shits out like it's no big deal. Like
On any day?
On any day.
And see, I'm not necessarily opposed to that.
Secluded street, it is legal.
There should be a place in the country where if you want to do that, go there.
There
That's
are
fine.
places.
That's what I mean. And that's what I mean. Like, I support
There are
that.
nudist colonies and shit.
I don't necessarily not support any of this shit. I'm just saying it's crazy.
You go there and then tell me about it.
Well,
see it with your own two eyes and then tell me you don't support it.
I'm not sure they should be put in a cage, but if I don't want to see that shit.
Don't make their day.
I mean, I don't give a fuck about that.
No, you put them in a cage like, thank you. Don't encourage this behavior, I say.
But are you kind of with me on that? Like, how do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I was so much more liberal and all about everybody do your own thing. As long as you're not hurting nobody else, like, by all means, live your freak life.
But are they hurting anyone?
They're hurting themselves, dog.
I don't give a fuck about them.
I see motherfuckers in pain. I see the look in their eyes, and it's the same look I see in your eyes. Just hurt.
Where's the kiddie pool?
He's like, it's behind scenes. You can't see that.
Yeah. Before you know it, Hoppo will be in this motherfucking fish tank saying, right here, fuck a porta potty, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was an experience.
Should they be able to do that?
Yeah.
Legally? Okay,
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
You know, your boy libertarian as fuck.
Yeah, same.
Did you vote?
No.
I know. I look at my girlfriend, she ain't fucking, she's laughing, but she ain't saying shit. Because I'd be like, babe, did you vote? Because all her friends are like...
I used to vote. I'm over it.
All her friends are like, did you vote? And she's like, I'm not legal in this country, so I can't... Am I going to get you in trouble for saying that?
She's not on camera.
She's...
Legal, but not legal.
They don't know what she looked like.
She a resident. She's my favorite resident.
I just can't make choices for myself.
Yo, she's our resident.
I'll lay for resident.
Yeah. Yo, so I'm like... I'm going to vote, right? And I don't like the mail-in ballot shit. I 100% do, but I lost mine, so that's why.
That sounds better. Uh-huh.
I ate that Trump cat. Like, I don't trust that mail-in ballot. I just lost mine, so I was like, I gotta show up day of, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there was this lady in front of me, old black lady, and she was talking to her cousin, and she was like, yo, what are you gonna do about the props, right? She's like, what are you gonna do on this prop? Because I heard they got these dialysis centers or whatever. And I know that the shit's about dialysis centers, you know?
Yeah.
But homegirl saying dialysis centers. And I'm thinking like...
That's where I'm trying to go.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, is there a spot where they just drain your blood and then fill it back up with boner material? Where, like, can I get my fucking blood drained and filled up? Like, they go straight to my jock?
That
like,
would make me vote.
I would fucking... I was like, yo, keep the dialysis centers open. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, more boners in the world make the world a better place.
Agreed.
And I know this because I've been in the Folsom Street Parade.
Full circle, baby.
Long story short. So there's like this whole bit about like the dialysis shit. And then there's a bit about flavored vapes. I'm bringing this up because you got this shit, homegirl got this shit in the back.
Yeah.
Yo, we made a fucking sworn treaty, right? Where we did the pinky promise and we're like, yo, we're not getting no more vapes, right? But you want to know why?
Why?
Because they're fucking amazing.
Yeah, they're great.
So good.
They're great.
They're just undeniably phenomenal. And I'm libertarian as fuck traditionally, you know what I mean? And I think like, yo, if you want to be an idiot, by all means be an idiot. Like, let you as an adult, as a consenting adult, do whatever the fuck you want to do as long as they don't hurt nobody else, right?
Yes.
But then my kid is 14. He's in 8th grade. And I talked to him. I'm like, yo, how many kids in your class got like elf bars or flumes or whatever? And he's like, probably like half.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. You're getting like, and I'm like, why don't these motherfuckers smoke cigarettes? Like, oh, because you got to have a lighter. You got to go outside. You smell like shit. Your mom gonna catch you. You know what I mean? You got to be really committed to smoke a cigarette. But to hit a vape, you can do that shit in class if the teacher's not looking. You know what I mean?
Which makes it less cool, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, nut up, motherfucker. Put some hair in your chest. Smoke.
I was in the 3% of my fucking high school that we smoked cigarettes.
Right. Smoke with cigarettes.
There was about 10 of us. You know what I'm saying? 10 to 20 of us. And we were the cool kids. And we fucking smoked cigarettes.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. That being said, that fucked with me. And so I voted against it. And apparently the shit passed. So as of December 23rd, you cannot legally buy flavored nicotine in any facet. So no vapes and no more menthol cigarettes. Nicotine or menthol is a flavored nicotine.
Yes, essentially. So
then the primary candidates for menthol cigarettes are the POC community. And there's a handful that are like, yo, what the fuck? You're raining down on, like, that's racist that y'all going at us.
Don't be protecting us.
And I'm just saying, like, yo, it was racist for Philip Morris to target you in the first place. Yeah, there was concerted ads for them to get on menthol cigarettes to begin with.
Smart business. Like, these people buy this more. I'm gonna market to them.
I mean, sure, yeah. Capitalism, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheers to capitalism.
Cheers. Patreon.com/OTWD.
Yeah,
$5 a month.
Speaking of capitalism.
Unreleased episodes.
Yeah,
exclusive content.
I don't know, man. Like, I love them fucking vape things. Clearly you do too. And my girlfriend, the fiend over here, is like, baby, let's stop on the way back. And I'm like, Hoppa waiting for me. And she's like, yeah, but real quick, let's just grab one from the store real quick. I don't have self-control.
No, do I.
Yeah, no. When I go, I go.
Like, I'm gonna hit it when
Clearly.
we go out and we drink, and that's it, and no other time. It'll last me 2 months.
Yeah,
If I leave it with him, it'll be done.
Gone.
But ironic, it's the same thing with me and her. It's like I'll hit it if we go out amongst friends, but like back at home, like I'm not trying to hit nothing. You know what I mean? Are we talking about vapes?
We need to get her a
my
mic.
bad.
Next time we're getting her a mic.
Yeah, you ought to be. Come sit on my lap, tonta.
No.
What'd you call her?
Tonta.
What the fuck's that mean?
Tonta. Yeah, I mean.
It's like a derogatory thing.
Yeah, it's like dummy. Is it dummy? Is dummy?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Ironically,
It's like that love term that you
I call my wife faggot.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a good
It's
one
kind of
too.
like that. I really do. I'm like, oh, come here, you faggot.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's super cute. Yeah.
She's not gay.
Yet.
I wish.
Dealing with this motherfucker after so long, I wouldn't blame her.
And it's been that long.
I wouldn't blame her.
Yeah.
Giving her all the juice though, you're like,
No.
Yeah. Just
I'm like trying to
speaking
get
it
you
into
canceled
reality.
off Patreon right now.
No, never.
She said it 6 times in a row.
They'll never cancel me.
No, fun fact. So I call her
What was that
tonta.
noise that came out your
No,
body?
yeah, I don't know.
God damn, dog.
Don't worry
Jesus.
about what the fuck. It's the fucking vapes, dog. Long story short, it's them goddamn vapes. They gotta stop.
Strawberry watermelon.
No.
Fucking strawberry watermelon.
Watermelon.
That
This girl lit right now. No,
Oh shit.
no. So
Oh,
like,
we having a good time. Fuck, I wish we had another mic. Fuck. do we
yeah,
have
no,
another
she's
mic?
good. She's my favorite person to talk to.
Beer girl / stage manager.
Yeah, you're doing it, dog.
Do you have a mic cord in your house
An
anymore?
XLR?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
Don't do that
fuck.
to me, I'll just talk shit the whole time.
Yeah, she
Oh,
will talk shit on
no
me
way.
specifically. No. So the term tonto, right? Fun fact: if you go back to the Lone Ranger,
Came from
Yeah, that's
the
what
Lone Ranger calls
think
him
of.
Tonto,
Tonto.
right?
Yeah.
And Tonto calls him Kimosabi,
Right.
right? And in both cultures, Japanese, I believe Japanese,
Yeah.
and Hispanic cultures, they're basically both calling each other idiots. Like
I did not know
Kimosabi is the same thing as Tonto.
Huh.
Like he's like, hey, Tonto, and he's like, hey, listen here, Kimosabi, which is a loving relationship.
It's like
when,
you and I.
yeah,
essentially.
yeah. And when you call
Yeah.
your other, you go ahead, honey.
Hey Tonto, jump on it.
Oh,
Is that what they say?
that is what they say. Yeah, yeah. They probably don't know, and I don't want to take anything. I don't want to take anything from they and them, but yeah.
Enough's been taken from they and them.
Enough has been taken from they and them over the years.
And I
Ale.
will say enough's
Stay
been
out of it.
given from them.
Fuck. I don't know. I call her tonto out of it's like loving endearment, but we also say horrible shit to each other. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like I've dated feminist chicks in the past where it's like you gotta really toe the fucking line about like insulting words that you say, because if you're like, wow, dude, all day she call me bitch, I call her bitch. You know what I mean? It's like,
witnessed.
hey bitch, get the fuck over here. She's like, bitch, don't even fucking at me right now, yada yada yada. But there are chicks that'll be like, yo, that's an incriminating terminology, like you're putting me down, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Uh
And they're bitches.
generally speaking, they're not the type of people that are fun at a party.
Right.
Yeah. No, but like I don't know. I fell in love with this girl on account of the fact that like I could be my authentic self,
There you go.
which sound lame as fuck to
no,
say out
don't. It
loud.
sound beautiful. God
But,
damn it.
No, dog. I can literally say all my not necessarily politically correct, or is she flipping me off
Yeah,
right
she's
now?
like this with a beer.
She double finger flipping me off right now. I can say whatever, and she looked to the basis of it, right?
Yeah.
It's not about the words that you use; it's the intent that you follow through with.
Sure.
I'm trying to not be in your fucking conversation.
Well, then, chick, get on my lap if you want to take place in this.
Sit down.
I'm invisible here.
You subscribe to her OnlyFans and make her happy.
Subscribe to your fucking little
Patreon, yeah.
Little podcast.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this. If you
Could you whoop my ass?
could you
Sorry, go ahead.
smarty art motherfucker.
Go ahead.
Let me ask. Yeah, you know where I was
Yeah.
going with it.
Go ahead.
If you were in a committed relationship with somebody and you subscribe to a girl's or guys, whatever, whoever you are, if you subscribe to somebody's OnlyFans, is that cheating?
No. I mean, I think it's case by case.
Does it depend on how frequent you do it?
How frequent you subscribe?
Like,
Or how
are
frequent you
watching-
message the person that you
I
subscribe
would-
to?
watching, messaging, all that stuff.
See, I don't really know about OnlyFans. Can you message these
First of
people?
all, let me say this in front of a camera right now. He's a cheap motherfucker. Porn is free on the internet. You will never.
I wouldn't dream.
You will never catch this motherfucker putting his credit card in to see nobody naked.
I would not dream of it.
100%. I know that about you. I know that about you, Doug.
Yeah, 100%.
Notification like I'm going live. I'm doing this.
If you get a notification and they're going live,
is that cheating? That you go hop on their shit every time they notify you, like, oh, I'm gonna do this.
I think because
they won't be able to hear you on this, so I'll reiterate.
person-
If you hop on every time somebody goes live, because you got a notification, they're going live, and if you hop on,
It's the same person every time. It's the person you subscribe
not necessarily, it's just somebody that you sub to. Hoppa will also inflect to you that I am also a cheap motherfucker, and porn is free.
that.
Well, I know that.
And
cheap motherfucker.
Yeah, cheap.
I thought you said cheating motherfucker.
No.
Okay.
No,
Sorry.
I said cheap mother.
Sorry.
I will never. There's so much free vagina on the internet.
See,
you
I'm
won't
not
catch Drew fucking paying money for that shit.
I'm not a cheap motherfucker. You know how much money I dropped on this shit? Like without even a second thought? I'm not a cheap motherfucker.
Cheap on pussy.
I just,
Next episode of On the Way Down, recently divorced. Recently divorced. He's trying to make a claim for himself for not subbing to an OnlyFans, but his wife just figured out he spent more money on this studio than he has on her. Yeah.
She has a job.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
A good way. My alma mater, mind you. I ain't gonna say it out loud, but
I remember seeing you there.
Yeah.
Before we were kicking
I don't. Which gives you understanding of what mental state I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, but back to the question: are you cheating?
Yes. Is it cheating to sub to a girl's OnlyFans?
I think it depends. I think it's a case by case thing. That's something not y'all, but y'all and everyone else. You guys got to figure out like. That sounds so
right,
21st century, but
let's break it down.
Set your own boundaries.
Let's break it down on basic shit. If you watch porn, does that qualify a chick to be mad at you? To be like, yo, you looked at other naked chicks?
Well, not mine, but other chicks could be mad at that. And
they're out there.
I know
like,
that.
No,
And
there are
I
girls
would
that are
never
like,
hang
yo,
out with one.
you jacked off to fucking Pornhub. Like, you're a scumbag. Like, we're supposed to be committed, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, but other girls aren't
Right.
that way. So it's like, it's kind of impossible to put it in a box.
Well, all right. So generally speaking, most women, I would say, would be like, well, everybody jack off to fucking online porn. That's just normal at this point. You know
a lot of women do. Most women do.
Right. Don't worry, I ain't gonna say nothing. Number two, I think the differential is money, right?
Okay.
Did you pay to see this? So if you
So it's
pay,
an economic thing.
if you subscribe to a website, that's weird. I don't know how these websites make money, but apparently there's dudes out there that do spend money subscribing to a website.
Yeah.
So that would be the next level. It's like, wait, you paid money to see this content specifically?
We should look at those people. Like, not we, but like the government, maybe.
Well, no. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. If you're into some like real specific niche shit, I could get where you'd be like, yo, there ain't a whole lot of what I'm looking for free, so I gotta.
But if you pay for Pornhub, what the fuck? What are they getting that I'm not getting?
They got they're making money, so somebody's subscribing to Pornhub.
I think not all of them.
It's people knowing those people.
Well, I do think there
do
might
you
be
mean?
some psychological shit where people get off on the fact that I have a Pornhub. I pay for porn.
I think.
So you think that there is a fetishistic aspect to paying for porn that
I do.
it makes it more gratifying to watch it?
It has to. That has to exist.
Well, theoretically, that's the entire OnlyFans model. Is that you feel more connected to somebody because you specifically took money out of your card and put it in their account.
So they
you know
kind of belong to you.
Right. You're like,
in a psychological
I'm part of the
sense.
production here.
Yes.
Every person that I know subscribes
Every person that she knows that subscribes
knows the person. Isn't attracted to them. Intrigued.
But they're intrigued.
So they watch it because they know them physically. Like
They watch it because they know with them
every now and then.
know them physically.
So it's like they watch what they do because it's like they see them on either a daily basis. Or
Chick, if you're gonna talk, get on the fucking microphone.
No, I'm just saying, like.
No, honey, the camera over there, but the microphone right here. So if you
she's
want,
doing it.
If you want to talk, you
here, give her your seat. Give her your seat.
Yeah, no. Siéntate.
Give her your seat.
I gotta go pee.
Oh God.
Hold on. Muévete.
A lot of people like.
What a crazy episode.
We love
A
it.
lot of people like watching females.
You gotta move the mic to your.
Why you gotta be?
Hold on.
Hold that shit up to her. Hold that thought. Yeah. The shit's gone. Oh my goodness gracious. We're witnessing the birth of a star.
Do I have to put this closer to me?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Sensitive.
No, I'm just saying, like, a lot of men who I've talked to,
Yes.
they subscribe to women's OnlyFans, not necessarily because they want to fuck them or whatever, but it's because they know them or they work with them or if they interacted with them.
They went to high school with them.
High school, whatever it is, and they're so, like, curious and they're doing this.
Yeah.
They want to see it and they like
that. I understand.
Yeah, and
that
so
I
they're
might pay
like
for.
super into it. Even if they've only had one interaction with them,
Sure.
they're just like, I met them once, I thought they were all right, and then I found them on OnlyFans, and then I followed them, and then I saw all this crazy shit, and like I just kept going with it, and it's like they just keep going on with it, and it's crazy.
That I get. Low key, even if I met someone who I didn't like,
I've even
I might pay to watch them fuck.
I've met females who are like so curious, who are not into this shit, but they'll subscribe, pay for their shit, and watch their shit.
Yeah.
'Cause they're so fucking curious.
Sure.
And that's how they make their money. Like, people just want to see all, like, they're just so in the chisme. Like, they just want to know. They just want to be in it.
Yeah, I understand that. Like I was saying, even if there's...
Bitch, if my friend was in it and she didn't tell me and I found out, bitch, I'm watching that shit. I'm subscribing.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
See, there you go.
Absolutely.
Hold on. This is where I disagree with you. Because while I agree that if I see a chick from high school that Dick, get the
Sorry.
fuck out of my ass.
Dick, get the fuck out of my ass.
First time I said that in my life.
Yo, this is chaos.
No,
I love it.
What I'm saying is, if I seen a chick from like high school or whatever that I always wanted to get with, or at least like you thought about or whatever, and she got an OnlyFans, I'm subscribing.
Yeah.
And that's what she's saying. I get that. That being said, there's 6,000 other motherfuckers that never met this chick that don't even live in the same state. That are making them $1 million a month.
They're scrolling, and then if they see people that are on their shit that are viewing their stuff, they're just gonna hop on there because they're like, oh, someone else is like, they got so many viewers or they got like this amount. Like, let me see what they're doing. Let me see what the fuck they're up to, and then that just builds up. Like, really quick, it's not.
Is it less cheating if you know the chick, or at least seen the chick? Like,
I think it's more cheating if you know them.
Would you be less mad at a dude if you're like, well, I get that that was your coworker from your old job and you fucking subbed them. Like, I understand that, but if it was some random chick,
no. If it was like you're a frequent to someone that you knew, I think that's weird.
Bitch, you just got ousted. Chaos. Well, let me ask you a question.
Don't fucking interrogate me.
Yeah, you're getting interrogated on live camera.
I just wanted to hop on real quick.
Yeah. Hop on this. So let's say
I had a friend. Okay.
Hey, well, hold on.
Can I put a situation out there?
Have you ever subscribed to an OnlyFans?
No.
Not yet.
I had a friend.
Go ahead.
And her friend was doing porn, right?
Doing porn or posting fucking
No,
pictures?
she was doing porn.
Okay.
She told her boyfriend.
When she says she's doing porn, I believe her. You know, a lot of dudes out there would be like, I don't know, or they just,
that she was doing porn.
Okay.
And then she eventually found out that he was watching her porn.
I'm sorry, run it back, because I'm not understanding the necessary.
All right, so there's this couple, right?
Okay, it's a couple.
And then she tells her boyfriend, like, hey, my friend does porn, blah, 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 like, kind of bragging, but not bragging about her, but just, like, saying, like, yeah, she does money, like, she makes money, blah, 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 she does porn. And then next thing she finds out is that he is watching her porn, and she gets pissed off.
Oh, no, you got to be curious.
But that's what I'm saying.
Well, let me ask you this. If it was
curiosity.
If it was me, let's say your homegirl was like, yo, I'm on OnlyFans.
I would have done the same thing, though.
I'm in the top 10. That's why I fuck with this girl.
I would have been very curious.
If one of your friends was like, yo, I'm in the top 10% of OnlyFans, yada, 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 and then you found out that I paid money to subscribe to it because I wanted to see it, because I was curious.
Bitch, if someone told me that they were doing this shit and I didn't watch or I didn't subscribe, I feel like
You're
either
a bad friend.
I'm a bad friend, or like I don't know, like what? I'm just your friend and I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like I have to be involved in somehow, some way. Like, and I'm gonna support you and have my.
But you wouldn't feel
you.
weird. No. But baby, like beyond some random people, like put me in your position. Let's say you're a good friend. Had an OnlyFans. And she would brag about it when we would hang out or whatever.
If I was already subscribed.
And then you lurked on my shit and found out that I was subscribing to it. That wouldn't be cheating?
No, if I was already subscribed and I was like, oh, this chick, blah, 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 I wouldn't be upset.
What do you mean if you were already... I'm talking about me as your boyfriend. If I sub to your friends that are personal acquaintance.
No, but I'm saying if I was already subbed or like I was already like frequent to their shit.
No, I'm talking about me though.
No, but I'm saying if I was already doing that and then you did it, I wouldn't be upset. But if I was not a part of that and I was not accepting of that whole situation and then you did it, then I'd be like, what the fuck? Why?
You'd be like, yo, there's free porn on the internet, Dick. What the fuck?
Yeah, because I'd be like, I know this person, and
well, I love how
weird.
you're being like very rational and shit. But the truth of the story is, if her friend was doing porn on OnlyFans, we would split the subscription cost and be like, yo, we gotta check this shit out. We gotta know what the fuck is going on here. Am I wrong?
No, it's their business. I'm not gonna fucking.
I'm talking about your homegirl. Like, if your homegirl was doing shit and you'd be like, yo, low key want to see what the fuck she's getting up to, I'd be like, low key, I'll throw half on it. You'd be like, I'll throw halves on it.
But what's that getting you? And me or her?
It's just chisme.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Just satiated, ugly curiosity.
It's like, it's all a cohesive thing. If it's cohesive, it's not like. Cheating.
I love when you fucking move your head back and forth.
If it's cohesive, it's all like we're fucking talking about it. It's not cheating.
Yo, the wild thing about dating this girl.
If you're doing it in secret and you're just like, yeah, I keep fucking watching this girl's fucking shit and I see her every now and then and I don't tell my girlfriend, I would say that's cheating.
Interesting.
Because you're fantasizing about fucking.
Okay, first and foremost, no,
fucking
cheating
like your friends. Like.
Cheating is when you put your penis in somebody that you're not supposed to because you're in a committed relation. That's what cheating is.
Sure.
If you're jacking off to somebody and not having a physical interaction with them, is that cheating?
It's complicated because I feel like I don't know. If they hit you up, would you continue that?
Well, let me ask.
Can I put you on my OnlyFans?
In the words of Avril Lavigne. Why you gotta go and be so complicated? It's a fair question.
It's not that complicated.
It's a fair question. I'm aware. My level of complication
just don't fuck with people that are in your circle. I'm saying.
Okay.
Just don't be like fucking. So just don't be subscribing to their fucking shit that they're fucking with. You know.
For you, if
they're a fucking stranger,
you know them personally, if it's a stranger on the other side of the country,
absolutely, what
doesn't matter.
It doesn't have to be in a different.
But if it's somebody that you know and have a physical connection, not physical connection to, but like actually,
that's cheating because it's already intriguing. Like that next step of wanting to cheat, like you're just like opening up a fucking door, and it's not okay.
How big is the door?
It's very big. Okay. Like you would just like slide like a little bit and then it's fucking open and
I'm
you're
a fan
done.
of big doors. And the bigger the better.
Yeah, don't do that. No. Just
I would never do that to you.
Just keep it shut. Keep it shut.
Well, luckily for you, I'm such a cheap motherfucker.
Yeah, right. You just put me in therapy.
Yeah, it's happening live. You're doing therapy live.
This is great.
It's fucking.
I love chaos.
No, it's not good.
This is great.
I'm about to.
No, I know 100%. I know 100% that my girlfriend.
Patreon.com/OTWD.
Yeah.
Fullsubstreet.com.
Yeah. Onlyfans.com/ I ain't gonna say it on the line. Would you do OnlyFans ever?
No.
Why?
Maybe.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That happened really
Honestly,
quick.
I thought about it. Quick. Like, Your room is really great. If I'm gonna give you my
do
picture,
have a cool room.
Like mask on, no one knows what I look like.
Sure.
A pole in the middle.
I think there's a significant amount of women in the country that are thinking the same thing. Like,
what?
if nobody knew me, you have no tattoos.
I'm not gonna
so
be
you're
like,
a perfect platform.
Not to like hype myself up, but I'm a really good dancer. So
no,
like,
you absolutely are.
If
Can
I put
confirm,
a pole on here
100%.
and I just put a live on for 20 minutes and fucking did some really cool shit, like,
absolutely,
and I'm really creative, I think I could do some creative shit.
Yeah.
For our Patreon?
Yeah, we'd both sub. FYI.
I'd
Me
be
and this
very
cat, we're
fucking-
in.
I wouldn't do some basic, like, but I'd actually
would
put
not
some
do some
fucking
basic shit.
I'd actually put some fucking
There'd
work
be
into
some
it.
set value. There'd be some production value involved.
Absolutely. I would look forward to this shit. I don't know if people would pay for it.
You guys are literally witnessing the live declination of her being like, yeah, you know, I am gonna do this shit.
Yeah, I'm putting my face out there.
That's happening. Well, not right now, fool.
Yeah.
Keep it. Okay.
Without a mask.
Well, let me ask you a question. So you know people that have OnlyFans, and you've seen the fucking money that some of these girls are making. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you are, or how comfortable you are in your job. Money is money. If you can make a lot more doing something, it's a curious conception, right?
Yes.
So you've obviously looked at this and considered like, fuck, you mean to tell me I could be making $6,000 a month off of doing it? Fucking some of these girls are making
You know what? I've thought about like, okay, if you want to have kids or whatever, you can do this, save up, buy a house, raise your kid for like 2-3 years, go back into it, and then like build up more money for like your next step in your life.
This
for
is
whatever
literally
business.
what I'm dealing with in a committed relationship with this chick right now. She's like, you know, I've thought about this.
About it.
If you want to have kids, I'll be a hoe,
thought about it.
save up some money, have a kid, and then go back to being a hoe afterward to
because
have more money.
It's not like you have to keep it up. Like, you can take a fucking break, and I think if you take a break and then come back, I think that's even better for you because then you have an even stronger audience, you know?
That's not necessarily wrong.
Yeah, so I think you could do that and then come back, hit them even stronger, and then you just live a comfortable life.
When you say hit them stronger, what does that entail?
Okay, so you hit them hard in the beginning, right? You give them what they want, and then you drop them when they still want more, but you're living your life, you're having kids, you're doing your shit. But once you got your body back,
I hope motherfuckers are seeing my face right now. They're like, she's gonna hit you hard.
You got your body back. You have your kid, whatever. You got your body back, and now you can get back into the shit. And then they're like, oh, this bitch is back on OnlyFans. Like, I'm resubscribing. I'm getting back on this, and so you get all your old followers back and plus more.
Let me ask you this: what's stopping you from doing it?
I don't know.
Shame?
No.
You worried about your mom Googling you and being like, oh, fuck, my daughter out here?
I'd be scared of, like, family members finding me.
Okay, so family members. What about your close friends?
I don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck.
No.
Well, that's true. I can validate that. That's factual.
Yeah, no, absolutely
So specifically family members.
But I wouldn't do anything that I'd be ashamed of. Like, what I'm saying is, it would all be artistic. It would all
She's
be
also
like...
very liberal, so there's not a whole lot she'd be ashamed of, in all fairness.
No, I'm very artistic.
Her
I would
bar
make it...
of not to be ashamed is potentially lower than other
everything that you could
people's.
watch in, like, a really good show, but, like, in your living room for fucking 15 minutes or whatever the fuck, 20 minutes. I would do that. I don't know.
What wouldn't you do?
I wouldn't do... I wouldn't fuck anyone on camera.
What?
Yeah, I wouldn't. What? I mean, not like
She's
for
like,
the world to see.
I will keep your penis under cloth, sir. You're good to go.
You've got hella tattoos. Everyone will know who you are.
Shh, they don't know. Well, I guess they know that now.
You're no más tóxicas.
Yeah, that shit is kind of fucking. It's a bat signal out to the world.
Be the picture of your face on your arm.
Exactly. Yeah.
I do cool. Hold on. Hop out, because we gotta talk about this.
What?
I do coincidentally have a tattoo of my face. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, right here.
You did great.
So am I.
I was just talking shit.
No, that's all this is.
Get over here.
That's all this is. This is great.
So as it were, I do coincidentally have a tattoo of myself on myself. I did not think about that when I was considering being a porn actor. That wasn't really a thing. Dick, honey, when I got this tattoo, that weren't really even a fucking thing.
What wasn't?
Being a porn actor.
Yourself?
No, being a porn actor.
Yeah, but you were always yourself, so that's always been you. So
No, I am always myself, but like the idea that you could make money as a civilian doing porn was not necessarily an option when I got this tattoo. This is 10.
That's true.
You want to hear a funny fucked up story?
Yes.
I got this tattoo for your wedding.
For my wedding?
For his because
Specifically for my wedding?
Because he put in his what's the opposite of bridesmaids?
Groomsmen?
In his groomsman shit, he's like, we're gonna wear shirts and we're gonna have them rolled up. And I was like, well, all my tattoos are like, I went old school with it. You know what I mean? Top of the shoulders, chest, Itholo first, right?
Yeah.
I hated on all them motherfuckers that like got their fucking hands and neck tattooed first.
Yeah.
Which they do all fucking day now. We were in Vegas last year, and this cat came out, and the chick that I was with was like, oh, that guy's fucking hot as ball. Like, he's a baddie, yada, yada, because his neck was blasted. He had a full neck sleeve, and his fingertips and his hands were blasted or whatever.
Yeah.
We're at the pool. This cat takes off his fucking hoodie, and them the only tattoos that he has is his neck and his hands or whatever. I'm like, fuck this fucking...
Yeah.
I came from the old school background of tattooing where it's like you start on your chest and your arm, you work your way down type shit. But now that fucking kids get their face tattooed first, so fuck it's all up in the air at this point. That being said, I got this tattoo because you're like, yo, we're gonna have our sleeves rolled up, and I was like, well, I ain't gone below my elbows yet. On your advice, ironically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That lasted well, right?
Well, shame on you for taking my advice.
That being said, I got a fucking tattoo of myself on myself. It's because I took a class in college about branding. It was a business management class, and they were talking about branding. And they're like, you are your product. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they really drilled that into my fucking head. And so I got myself tattooed on myself, and I showed it to my professor. And he was like, you took this way too literal. Like, that's not what I was saying. But to this day, I am my own brand. Like, that is me. I am me. But in terms of doing OnlyFans and or pornography productions, she's absolutely right. I did not think about that one in the long term.
You just got to double down and lean into it if that is something you want to do.
I'd love to double down on a lot of people, dog.
One of my dreams.
She doubled down on her
porn.
middle fingers to me right now.
One of my dreams is to film porn.
Would you be down?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna adjust this so you talk.
One of my dreams is to film porn. Would you be down? Nah. Of course I'm down. What you mean?
Bitch, let me adjust my mic real quick. Say some shit.
Would your girl be down?
Would my girl be down with what?
Question. No, his girl
with
is
me filming porn? Yes.
With
yeah,
her
no.
Or with other people?
With anyone.
No. Tawny is Jesus Christ. Edit that out.
No, it's okay.
Because I love her.
Tawny.
She a fucking saint. No, Tawny is one of my favorite.
Okay, we can stop saying
one of
it
my
now.
favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
One of my favorite fucking people in the world. Would she chide him for filming somebody else fucking? No, absolutely not. Would she be okay with him fucking somebody else while he's filming
that's
it?
Different.
Yeah, that's 100% different. That being said, I don't think you're considering all that goes along with filming people committing sexual acts. There's sweat.
Well, no, I'm
there's,
probably
there's
not.
the smell.
Like, that's the thing. I want to experience it. I'm not saying I'd be perfect at it. I'm not saying
I'm not talking about the technical aspect of the shit. Although we will get into that. I'm just saying, like, in theory, you're like, yo, people want to fuck. I'll film it. Could be tight.
I'm a bad motherfucker, bro.
No,
I can film that shit.
Well aware. Well aware. Wait, just get the fuck out of here with your spacism. Why is she fucking?
I do. I want to just know.
Why are you asking his zodiac sign?
Are you Scorpio?
Oh
No,
my god.
I'm not. I'm a Sagittarius.
I loved you so much more before you brought this shit up.
She says, "Oh, you are. You're the worst." I am. I am.
If I
am the worst.
Dog, first and foremost,
But I love them.
zodiac signs.
Everyone does. Everyone loves them.
Zodiac signs, dog shit. Don't anybody watching this shit right now.
I barely
Lady.
know anything about that shit.
Lady, that shit
I'm
is
just pretending
spacism.
to.
You know your boy.
Believe it. You send me stuff all the time, and you're like,
Oh
"Hey,
shit.
Excuse-moi.
This is me."
We need to
May
get- All right, next one. We're getting 3 mics.
Yeah, madam, may I? Without any interruptions. fucking first and foremost, this fucking zodiac shit, it's spacism. Bottom line.
You've outdone
Without any interruptions, check. Dad, can we edit around this?
Yeah, but it's kind of cooler with it. But
Lady, may I?
I've already heard it, but go ahead.
I know you have, so Dig, let me fucking do my spiel.
lady,
I don't even want to no more.
I'll
You're
do
fucking
it.
up my swerve, kid.
Fucking up my swerve. This is a disaster, and I love it.
I love the shit out of this chick.
I love the shit out of both of y'all. I love our fish. I
If
love.
you're your girl next time though, like this should be so fucking funny.
Nah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Wait,
goodness.
Nah, I'm playing. I love
No.
her to death. We would have to get her
You
drunk,
gotta meet her. Oh, she's fun as
but
fuck
then
when
she
she's
wouldn't
drunk.
want to be on camera drunk.
I wouldn't
which-
either.
Well,
Minus right now.
I hate to break it to you. I hate to break it to you.
All right. Let me give you my fucking. So she's asking. She's like, "What's your sign and shit?"
Yeah.
Just low grade, mids at best. Like, who the fuck asked somebody, "Hey, when were you? What day did your mom spread her fucking legs apart and brought you into this world?" It's
Quincy
such
Jones?
a fucking low grade question.
Quincy Jones asked me that.
Yeah, and me too.
You were there.
Yeah, and
He asked you that.
applauded
He's like, "Hey, what's your sign?"
I remember you told me this.
Do you? Does it ever occur to you that we live a life that
you give me a beer?
we can casually just say, "Oh, Quincy Jones asked me that."
Dog, have we ever told this story on a podcast?
I'm sure we have, but-
I can ask this question and Quincy Jones.
You can't. You're cut.
But Quincy Jones will ask and be like, he was like, "Oh, I'm a."
He ain't asked.
One reason. There's one reason.
Because
There's one reason.
There's one fucking
There's
reason.
one reason.
There's one
'Cause
fucking reason.
You ain't Quincy Jones.
I know. But still.
Because that man recorded Thriller. And you are just interrupting my goddamn
There's no
spiel.
more fucking How about that?
It ain't no fucking Coors Light to begin with, lady. It's Coors Banquet.
Put it over there.
Yeah, drink
I don't
Bud
wanna-
Light. No, fuck you. Drink Bud Light.
I'll drink
we're
your
getting
fucking Bud
we're
Light.
getting sponsored by Bud Light.
Can I finish my fucking shit without any
Before
interruptions,
I
lady?
die, we're getting sponsored by
Okay.
Bud Light.
Swear to
Not
me.
this podcast, my life.
Oh, you're
Sponsor
Pisces
my
sign.
life,
I'm a
Bud
Pisces
Light.
too.
Fuck
Just-
Post Malone.
he's not.
I'm just
You
kidding.
said that.
Post Malone's a very
You told me
nice
that.
guy. Did a lot of.
Is
But,
Quincy Jones Pisces?
You told me
No.
I don't know,
No.
dog. What the fuck? I
Yeah,
don't know.
I know. Jesus, now you got me sounding like you, fool. I don't know what the fuck Quincy is. I don't know
Yo,
what fucking Quincy
this
is. and I
is
don't
chaos.
care.
So
You're
lied
welcome
me.
to everyone. This
No,
is
no.
chaos.
No.
And he fucking came up to me and was like, "Oh, what's your sign?"
He did. That's true.
That's factual.
I'm Pisces.
That's factual.
And you
That
were like,
happened.
Oh, he was like, "Oh, I'm a Pisces too."
No, he
Blah,
said,
blah.
"Oh, I like you with the
So
womb
don't
room."
The
fucking
levels
I
all
listened to
fucking
you.
crazy.
You know,
right now.
how about this?
How about this?
Whatever,
I
yo,
listened to
fuck it.
you, And I listened to what the fuck you telling me.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I love that
And
you
now
remember
you're
this story.
trying to
That's
call me
actually
that.
impressive. I love that. You do me a solid favor. Look up Quincy Jones' star sign right now. Absolutely, because I'm sure he's talked about it in length. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he's mentioned it.
He's just trying to keep her quiet.
I don't think I really ever said that he said he was a
Yeah, he was
Pisces,
like, "Oh,
He's just trying to keep
but
her
he
quiet.
100% said
why would I-
Pisces
why
man.
would I-
Aha. Pisces man. Aha.
Drew don't have headphones.
With the
you
womb
can't
room.
Hear what I'm saying?
Oh, I know. I love that you could say some shit in your microphone and people will hear, but I won't. That's
Yeah.
I know. I like that.
Yeah.
You got headphones on too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to mind the levels.
Okay, well then he is a Pisces. Well, fine.
Are you a
Oh, well, I
Pisces?
didn't remember that part. I didn't remember that part.
Are you a
No, well,
Pisces?
told me that
No,
part
bitch,
and
I'm
you
a
don't
fucking
remember
human
now.
being. Let me get through my shit without any. Hey, peanut gallery, chill the
Hey, but
fuck out.
I have a really good memory. This motherfucker always tries
Uh-oh.
You got a loud ass mouth too,
And
chick.
I-
Can I get through my shit without any interruptions, please?
I
Promise.
will correct you next time.
Thank you. Don't
Okay.
don't
no,
correct me this
okay,
time
no
neither.
interruptions.
Yeah,
Ready,
yeah,
set,
yeah.
go. Ready, set, go.
Yo, so your boy were on
So the
Hinge.
other day, I was thinking. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had to. Go ahead. Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Your boy were on Hinge for a minute, right? And you'd get at these chicks, and they hit you up, and they'd be like, "Yo, what's your sign?" I'm like, "What do you mean my sign?" I'm thinking Ace of Base. I saw the sign. Fuck them. They're talking about when the fuck I were born, right?
Right.
And I don't like eliciting that information because it comes with biased, prejudicial judgments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've had chicks in the past be like, "Oh, you're a fucking Capricorn." my stepdad's my baby daddy's a Cap. I don't fuck with Capricorn men no more type shit. You know what I mean? It's genuinely, it's racism from space.
Spacism.
It's
yeah,
spacism.
Like you were saying. Yeah.
It's 100% spacism.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like that shit.
That's a good point. Actually, that's an interesting point.
There.
On our first date, he asked me.
She's the worst, lady.
And I didn't ask him.
Lady.
He asked
Yo.
me.
I had a fucking guarantee from you that you were gonna shut the fuck up.
This episode,
Can
I
you
appreciate you very much for
Alejandra.
riding with me.
The first time we
I
went on a
appreciate
date,
y'all riding with me.
You asked me what my sign was.
Patreon.com/OTWD if you'd like
Ale.
to subscribe.
Let me do my
But
thing.
you did that.
It'd be very much appreciated.
Why did you do
We
that?
got new stickers.
Ale.
Stickers.
It's a production right now.
2 different stickers. We got one with my dog as a spaceman. We got one with the logo. They're both very tight. I know that because I designed them myself, and everything I do is fire. That's not anyone pissing. That's Drew pouring a beer.
Don't say my name. It's weird.
For a second, I thought someone brought a kiddie pool.
I'll
in
tell
here.
you another fucking story
Bitch.
about life on Hinge.
I'll tell you another story, and she said, "Bitch." It wasn't even a question. It was just a statement. Bitch.
This is on you. You made her feel like you're like, yo, you're welcome on this shit, and now
I'm
she
an
fucking
accommodating motherfucker.
yo, low
Nah,
key.
she adding to it. Fuck it. Who cares?
Dick, she at
We're
the
gonna do
beginning
1,000
she
of
was like,
these.
"Yo, I'll hang out for a minute, and then I'm gonna go fucking binge Yellowstone in the back room or
Yeah.
whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, honey, do your thing or whatever." But now she's fucking clicked it.
Oh
Like
no, we
she's
in it.
yeah, she's a,
I just wish she was
she's
on
100%
mic
in it.
because I hope they can hear her. But
I don't think they can.
nah, in
Come-
the
Come
distance.
sit on my lap.
No. You guys do your thing.
All right, well, either sit on my lap and talk, or stay there and don't talk.
Say, then I'll run over.
Okay, deal.
Okay.
Fair. All right, so your boy were on Hinge
It'd be
for a
great if
minute,
she
right?
ran over right now. Go
What's
ahead.
up?
It'd be great if she ran over right now.
Yeah, she's like, matter of fact. It's a matter of motherfucking fact. Yeah, I thought so.
Matter of fact, our first date, he asked me what my sign was. I didn't bring it up, but he asked me, so just
This
saying that.
this absolutely makes sense.
Just throwing that out there.
100%.
So it wasn't me.
This makes sense.
100%.
It was him.
None of this blows my
He's
mind.
like, his Pisces ass was like, "What's your sign?"
None of this.
At first
blows
off,
my
I
mind.
didn't throw my shit out there because I don't like saying it.
Do you see
Second
my mind?
off, I didn't
It ain't
fucking.
blown.
I 100% did not ask you what your sign was because I don't give a fuck about that. I don't know shit about
I
that.
remember we were at
Mamas, I don't know fucking left from right with that shit. Why would I ask you that?
I will document this. We were at Bootleggers.
Go ahead.
We were like 5 drinks.
That weren't
in.
our first date.
Yes, it was. We were at
Our
Bootleggers.
first date was it?
It was at Bootlegger. We went to a bunch of bars, and that was
By
our
your
last
pause,
bar.
I have a feeling she's right.
Yes, we went to a few bars. It was
All
our
right,
5th
no, sit
drink.
your ass down. Sit your
It
ass
was
down.
our 5th drink, and then he eventually asked me,
Sit your
"What
ass
is
down.
your sign?"
Just quit putting your ass out if you're not. Quit putting your ass out if you're not tagging your OnlyFans right now.
I'm saying
Closer.
our first date.
Leaving my shit over here,
Get the fuck out of here, dog.
We went to a few bars. We ended up at Bootleggers,
Used to be.
and then you asked me what my sign was.
100% not true.
And then you asked me, "Do you believe in that stuff?" But you were the one that asked me.
Possibly true.
But you were the one that essentially asked me what my sign was.
Baby, what did I
and-
ask? What's most important to me? If I'm going to parse out somebody's personality, what's the first thing I ask that I care about most?
I don't know.
Number one, what kind of dicks do you like? Thanks, Hop. No, number one, who did you support in Game of Thrones? Number two,
I told you.
who do you pick in Mario Kart when you race?
I told you.
These are the two
Princess.
most important factors.
tell me
yeah,
this.
yeah, no, I did, right?
Princess. And then I was like, I like the little midget Lannister.
For lady, let's not be
But
ableist
not
here.
like,
Let's not
okay,
be
the small
ableist.
person Lannister.
Yo, can we just say really quick? Yeah. Small person sound weird. Midget, you could get behind me. You could fucking be like, yo, I'm a fucking
The
midget. What up?
4 foot,
What's up with
4
it?
foot and under person
Dwarf.
Lannister.
Yeah.
That's who I supported. Not the family, just him by himself.
Well, you're wrong for that because I supported the Lannisters. That being said, why is it that you say midget and people are like, yo, we don't
I
say
didn't
that
say
anymore.
that. You did.
You just said it, lady.
I said it and you corrected me.
I'm aware, but what I'm saying is, why do people get angry when you say midget and they're like, yo, we don't say that anymore? and I'm like, oh, my bad. What's the correct terminology? And they're like, it's little person. And I'm like, that sounds worse. Midget, you can get behind. Midget, you can own that shit and be like, yo, I'm a fucking midget. What's up? My dick's huge. I got a fucking tripod. But little person sounds way more demeaning than midget. Do you feel differently?
I don't. It depends on the generation that you grew up in.
I guess. I'm just saying, like, midget's hard. Like, I could be like, yo, I'm a fucking... He has a friend that is a small person.
Shout out DJ Khan.
DJ Khan out here. I watched that motherfucker get painted in gold paint and worn as a necklace in a music video. That's not helping the whole ableist conversation right now.
DJ for Tyler, the Creator.
That fool did. No, that's the big homie. Shout out DJ Khan. That being... He would be a good cat to ask. Like...
He's next. He's going to be on this
shit. Yo, damn, what's worse? Chaos. Being called a midget... or being called a little person? Because to me, as a big person,
you gotta ask a midget /
as a big person minus in my pants.
I'm like, almost there. I'm 5'2".
Yeah, so you are. Like, you're 2 inches away from getting a handicap placard.
Absolutely. So,
but she wear heels.
I wouldn't give a fuck.
She look good in them shits.
I would take whatever.
What if you were dating? Let me ask you this: were you ever on a dating app?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't see that going that way.
Yes.
No, but really quick, if you came across a quote unquote little person, date them. How come? What if they had a bigger than life dick?
I live in this like backwards world, and I like to feel like a small person, and I like to have like a strong big guy. Personal preference. I don't know.
And she's dating me.
You're bigger than me. So.
Oh, I'll take that. When I'm laying down, I'm taller than you for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
That being said, do you know people that would be like, yo, I don't give a fuck. I would date
Nope.
This is gonna go out to just not. At least act like you have fucking some friends with feelings.
If they had a bank account, maybe.
Bank account. Like, all right. Well, let me ask you this.
If the chick didn't have to work for a single day in her life, and
you see them fucking memes where it's like,
okay, if the midget Lannister hit up some chick on a dating app,
small person dick.
Okay, if the small person Lannister, what's his name?
His actual Peter Dinklage is his actual name.
Okay, so if Peter Dinklage,
go ahead.
If he
she said it with such a crooked face
he's
too.
Married. He's married and he got kids. He's married and he got kids.
She said, "You mean to tell me a small person? His last name's Dink? That's a joke in itself." Goddamn. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Saying it out loud. Okay.
If Peter Dinklage hits you up. Because he's a successful...
He's successful. He's got money. He's married and he got kids.
Not a bad-looking dude. He's
not a bad-looking dude.
Correct.
Okay, he's already married. He got kids. But if he didn't have this and he hit up some single chick...
I love that she already looked into this. She was like, no,
absolutely.
I searched on that.
Oh, yeah. Then you'd be like,
go
oh, my
ahead,
God, he's got, like, so much personality. And he's, like, a really good person. And, like, oh, my God.
Into the mic.
Then you do that.
Okay, so... Into the mic.
And he probably has a fat cock because, like, he's small.
Absolutely.
So, right?
Oh, I'm sure he has a fucking swing. He's swinging from his kneecaps down. That being said, if Peter Dinklage ran into you at a club and you were single, ideally, not with me at the time, but would you consider be like, yo, I'll go hang out with this fool in his Hollywood mansion?
If I had some sort of contract, maybe.
Some sort of you mean I'm saying you're out with your homegirls, right? And you happen to be at a club.
I think.
And Peter Dinklage rolls up and he's like, "Yo, roll back with me."
If he was cool as fuck, I'd be fucking down and be like, "All right, I'm gonna hang out with you. I'm gonna see where it goes."
So you could potentially date him.
And if he's fucking creepy and weird, absolutely not. But if he's cool as fuck,
he's definitely creepy and weird.
Okay, then you gotta give me a contract.
She said,
and you gotta pay
how creepy
me.
and weird?
No,
but this is the thing. The what we're surmising from this conversation is she's like, if he's got money and he's a good time, I would hang out. It has nothing to do with his physical attributes, which I like about you. Not necessarily because it's mostly predicated on money and attributes. But that being said, if you ran into him at a club with your homegirls and he invited you back and you were like, yeah, I don't know, I'd hang out with him, you're not necessarily opposed.
No, I wouldn't.
But you would never date him.
No.
Based solely on the fact that...
If I could just be good friends with them.
Fucking ableist ass bitch. Be nice. At least on the interweb, pretend like you...
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd be nice. I could be a friend. Why do I have to fuck him?
Why wouldn't you?
But why do I have to?
You don't have to.
But that's what you're ensuing.
Yeah, she would. I would.
If it wasn't taxed, maybe.
I would. Wow. She said, is it taxable? She said, under contract, if I could get money and it's not taxed, well, I'd fuck Peter Dinklage for $1 million.
Just Venmo me that shit right quick, and then, all right.
Wow. All right.
I can do that in 5 minutes.
Well, that's telling,
that's
and
like
we
a
appreciate
challenge.
you.
I'm like, all right, 5 minutes, I got it.
Yeah, do you think, Peter Dinklage is going all night? What do you mean 5 minutes? That motherfucker could
I'm
last.
Doing that shit in 5 minutes.
He lasted through every episode of Game of Thrones. That fool made it through to the last episode. He was fucking the Grey Worm fool was like, no more talking from you, and then all of a sudden he go off on a fucking diatribe talking all this shit. I love that shit. Peter Dinklage shouts out to you. My girlfriend would bang you for an untaxed $1 million.
Yes, absolutely.
That's true. We just settled that.
Run that shit.
Oh my goodness gracious.
If I put that on OnlyFans, that's like, what is that?
No, you ain't wrong.
Like 4 million?
You ain't wrong.
Yeah.
You're making money on that.
Hell yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
So where can the people see you on OnlyFans?
No way.
Get the fuck out of my
Yeah, fuck you.
Let me talk.
Yeah, you do this shit.
So anyway.
So the entire time I've been talking to Chick on the couch, she's throwing up middle fingers, right?
Yeah.
Which I learned recently is not a universal fuck you. I thought it was, but as it turns out, around the world, there's multiple different ways. I don't even know, phalangely speaking, to say fuck you. Do you know them?
I know the Italians go like this.
Well, no, Mexicans do that too.
They go like, are they?
Baby, Mexicans do that, right?
Huh?
Yeah, like at soccer games and stuff. Hey, puto, and they'll fucking do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know the Italians do that.
Sure.
I know in Iraq they like take their sandal off.
Yeah, they show you the bottom of their shoe.
Yeah.
It's just gangster as hell.
Is that what you were
like,
leading up to?
This is the dirtiest part of the fucking world, and we're gonna show you the bottom of our shoe. I know that because I thought George W. Bush was the devil. Like growing up, like that was prime enemy number one, right?
Yeah.
And he did a speech somewhere in the Middle East, and some fool took off his shoe and flung it at him.
Yeah, I remember.
Like the ultimate sign.
He dodged that shit.
And he dodged that shit. But if you look carefully, if you replay that video and look carefully at his face, there's like this smile in the corner of his lip where it's like this fool has had his entire life like pre-designated. You know what I mean? Like his whole day from waking to sleeping, you're doing this, and that. And he's fucking stuck in it. And this is like the one interruption to that. Like the one bit of like unorchestrated chaos that he got to partake in. And this motherfucker threw his shoe at him and he dodged that shit. But there's like a smile in the corner of his face where he's like, oh my God, this wasn't supposed to happen. I love this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, that like in the UK, I know they do like a peace sign backwards. Like that's peace, that's fuck you.
But do they do that like a...
They just fucking throw it out like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Have you been to London? Have you been over there?
Never been across the pond.
Okay.
Would love to.
It's
But big fan of the whole grime scene going on out there.
No, for sure.
I fuck
wasn't
with my
there
British
long
cats.
enough to really judge, but based on my time there, I wouldn't pay to go there.
Well, the food ain't fucking great.
Well, no, it's not.
Which is wild because we go to
women
the fucking...
look like these women,
Yeah.
which I'm fine, but I don't got
worse
to
teeth.
drive over there.
Well, no, like the whole idea, like
you know what I mean.
You go somewhere foreign, you want to get like dope ass food, right?
Yeah.
You want to get indoctrinated in the culture of like dope ass food, but the British, their food's dog
like
shit.
Hot dogs and shit.
Which is why they fought an entire war over spices, and this shit bland as hell. It's like,
yeah, that's why they were fighting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they should have fought harder because that shit bland than a motherfucker.
No, you're
but it was
absolutely
bland in
right.
Cuba too, but for sadder reasons.
Well, no, the whole thing was, and I'm a big fan of Cuban food. Like we go to Felix's at the Circle. Like,
yeah, but they
big
got
fan of Cuban
spices
food.
here though.
Right. So the whole and we actually booked a night at Fidel Castro's personal chef. Fidel died.
Yeah.
And then his chef was Ivan Justo, shout out. was allowed to have his own restaurant, and I was like, yo, this is gonna be the dopest food I've ever had in Cuba, right? And then we got there, and the shit was not all that fucking tasty. And
by
I was
Cuban standards, it was probably good though.
I'm just saying the difference between Cuban food here and Cuban food there.
Yeah.
Is we got these things here called spices.
Yeah, we got salt.
And they got this shit there called whatever you got that day. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. When you were, I hit you up that one morning. We were all hungover and shit. And I was like, yo, did you eat? And you're like, yeah, I went across the street. I said,
yeah, dog. I love telling this story. Yeah.
I said, what you eat? And he said, I got a struggle sandwich, dog. That shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Meat, bread. Yeah, no mas. That was it.
Dog, I went across the street to this little cafe, and I was like, yeah, can I get some food? Because they had a whole menu on the wall.
They don't have Cuban sandwiches?
No, because they don't got food. You need food to make food.
They got They need ingredients to make dope food. They didn't have them shits.
So I'm looking at the menu. I'm like, oh, I speak just enough Spanish to order food and shit here and there. So I'm like, chicken, I'll take that. Like, oh, no. I'm like, you don't have that? No mas. I'm like, okay, I'll get that one. That no. I'm like,
no, we ain't got that either.
Cool. And so she spoke just enough English. She was like, I have a banana, 2 pieces of bread, and a chicken leg. And she looked at me like I'm gonna be like, oh, never mind then. But I was like, you know what? Run it. I like all of those things.
Motherfucker hungover.
That sound great to me.
You had to get something in your stomach.
Whatever, bro. Like whatever. She cooked it. 10 minutes later, I'm sitting at the table. She brings it out with her daughter. I'm the only motherfucker in the restaurant. She brings it over. She sits in front of me. I think she even threw in some beans. I'm like, word. This all looked good to me. I start eating, and she pulls up the chair in front of me, and she sits down and starts staring at me. And I'm like, she's like, no, keep eating. I'm like, okay. And I'm eating, and I couldn't help it. I was like, do you want some? I felt like I had to share and shit. And she's like, oh, no, you eat. I'm like, okay. And her little daughter's staring up at me.
All right, Joel.
And she's like, it's good. I'm like, oh, no, it's great. It's great. And she watched me eat every bite of that shit. And she's like, it was good. I'm like, oh, it's great. I appreciate it. And she took the plate and went to the back. I gave her like fucking $4 or whatever it costs. I tipped her fat, which is like an extra $2. You know what I'm saying?
True.
True.
And then this motherfucker come back to the Airbnb, and I say, yo, how was your breakfast? He's like, dog. It was a struggle sandwich. The motherfuckers were struggling to make this sandwich.
They are struggling. I think that might have been the day I got locked out the Airbnb. You remember that shit?
Not quite.
I left the Airbnb to eat because y'all were still sleeping. Facts. I left the Airbnb to eat, and then I went and I couldn't get in the room because y'all had the key. And it's not like we could just call each other because our phones don't work and shit. So I'm like, oh no, what it was you and Justin were at that parade, and Renee were still sleeping. So I tried to get back to the Airbnb. He wouldn't I was like, yo, Nay. I'm like, I'm not trying to wake up the whole neighborhood and shit. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll just sit on the curb. I sat on that fucking curb for like 2.5 hours. I'm like, damn, I'm so sleepy because we went to sleep like 45 minutes before I woke up to get something to eat. And then the neighbors, I hear, cafe. I'm like, oh shit, I know what that means. Yeah. I need some of that in my life. I walk next door, like, cafe. I'm like, yeah, how much? And they're like, whatever it was, $2.
If that.
So I get, it's like $2 of their dollars, And so I give them the money, and they literally had a thermos. And, like the Dixie cups, the little wax cups, but they were like shot glass sizes. They took a thermos and poured coffee in a shot glass and gave it to me. And that was like what the money bought me. And that's the only money I had on me because all the rest of my money was in the motherfucking hotel. So I'm like, oh shit. Okay. So I just took a shot of it. I'm like, all right, be well. And I just sat on that fucking curb until you guys fucking came back.
Fair enough.
Good times.
Yeah. We got to go back.
Dude. I would love to go back.
We're 100%.
I would love to go back. I'd love to stay in the same spot. That spot was dope.
Agree.
They took care of us. They
remember, like they filled our mini fridges up with beer every night, and we drank them beers every fucking night. Oh, they
did, huh?
And at the end, the trip, she was like, "Yo, you owe us X amount for the beer."
Yeah,
and I had bandanas with me. I don't know why, but I had a hella bandanas.
You did buy a hella bandanas.
Yeah, and she was like, "Yo, I'll trade you the entire mini fridge debt for 2
A
bandanas.
couple bandanas. Yeah.
I was like, damn. All right, done. So long story short, she
should have
crippin'.
bought more bandanas.
Yeah.
yeah. Damn.
Yeah. She crippin' now, and God bless her.
I do remember this.
That's all I got from USA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Wrap this shit up.
Let's
for
wrap
once
this
in your
up.
life.
This has been absolute chaos.
Yeah.
But I feel like anyone who likes this shit will like this shit.
Absolutely.
And if you don't, listen to the next one. You know what I mean? Don't be sorry. You added to it. This is awesome.
We got to get our OnlyFans going.
I mean, you say we, like I'm going to be involved.
You said you'd film it, dog.
I said I'd film porn.
Yeah.
If y'all want me to film you, y'all, I'm down.
I feel like it'd be fucked up at this point because anybody watching it'd be like, oh, the camera work is... Yeah, you can have a fish tank in the background for the porn.
As long as he drowns you in it. not to completion, but you know. At OTWD Podcast on Instagram, at OTWD Podcast on YouTube. We just got that. Thank you for subscribing. Patreon.com/OTWD for all the exclusive shit, stickers, all that. OnTheWayDown.net for the YouTube page. This, that, and the other. Barely can formulate sentences.
Oh my, your boy fucking spent.
Thank y'all for listening. This has been a chaotic episode of On the Way Down. We'll be back. Fuck you all. Just kidding. I love you. Fuck out of here.